Send my washer.
Where the warm-ups at, bro?
We didn't bring them.
Somebody's got to help me pick them out. You guys wait until game time after we wear them on. Nobody asked for them before. Oh, she's upstairs, guys. Sorry. Oh, easy, you're going to hit somebody. We got
Make sure I'm the lead guy.
Hey, deal. Good.
Hi, ladies.
Had a quick trip.
Yeah.
Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs.
Family Market in downtown Quinter is here to provide fuel for Bulldogs of all ages. Come in and check out our variety of fresh produce, the large selection from the meat department, or food from the deli section. Offering weekly specials, Family Market has your family covered. Shop local, where we provide friendly smiles, a warm welcome, and service you can't find elsewhere. Family Market, a locally owned grocery store, is a proud supporter of all things Bulldog and Bulldog athletics.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Service specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the office to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or Quinter at 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help protect what matters most in life.
Solinski Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinski Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
Gove County Medical Center is your 24-hour critical access hospital located in Quinter, Kansas. Since 1925, GCMC has been providing outstanding health care for Northwest Kansas, such as surgery, physical therapy, respiratory therapy, lab, emergency services, radiology, and much more. GCMC is a top 20 critical access hospital. So for all your health care needs, visit Gove County Medical Center or call at 785-754-3341. Proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
GGNT Cattle Company is a fourth-generation seed stock producer owned and operated by Cindy, Garrett, Crystal, and Reed and Jessica Worth. They specialize in registered Solaris, Angus, and Optimizer cattle. Join GGNT for the 48th annual production sale on February 23, 2023 at their ranch south of Quinter. GGNT Cattle Company, proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs.
Gove Community Bible Church, located in Gove, Kansas, is a Jesus-driven community that is proud to support the Quinter Bulldogs. We offer worship on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. If you would like to know more about our church, visit our website at www.govecbc.com or download our Faith Life app from the QR code. Be sure to follow us on Facebook as well. Good luck, Bulldogs.
Kansasland Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansasland Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansasland Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Harmony Farms, Kansas is a sixth-generation family farm located in Decatur County, Kansas. It was founded in 1878, and we still farm the original homestead. Harmony Farms, Kansas has been certified organic since 1987, and we're certified by the Organic Crop Improvement Association, National Organic Producers, and in Canada with the U.S. Canadian Equivalency Program. Harmony Farms offers certified organic wheat, milo, and millet both in bulk and individual packaging along with individual bags of whole wheat flour. Harmony Farms, Kansas, a proud supporter of Quinter Schools.
Mann Farms is your local AgriGold agent. For over 80 years, AgriGold has delivered quality corn and soybean seed to growers with unmatched genetic innovation and performance. Utilizing local in-field trials to gain first-hand knowledge of the best product lines for the area, let us help you with your seed selection decisions. Offering direct shipping or local seed delivery services for your seed needs. For additional information, call Shane at 785-299-0510. Mann Farms and AgriGold, proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
At Beck's, we are farmers at heart. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. We are proud to announce Saline River Seed, your dedicated Beck's dealers now serving farmers in northwest Kansas. At Beck's, we are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. For more information, call your Beck's local dealer, Darren Roberts, at 785-299-0126.
As we close in on our 20th year of practice, Dr. Blackwood and his staff want to thank our patients who've trusted us with your oral care. Just like the Bulldogs take pride in their academic and athletic endeavors, Blackwood Family Dentistry takes pride in providing quality care and great service. Come in and see us at Blackwood Family Dentistry for your routine and restorative oral care. Go Bulldogs!
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tiger Media Network's presentation of Quinter High School basketball. It's the semifinal rounds of the 2022 Castle Rock Classic, featuring both the Quinter boys and girls here on the Quinter YouTube channel. First up, the Quinter girls will play host to the Pawnee Heights Tigers in this first game. Later on tonight, the Quinter boys will play Rawlins County. I'm Russell Heitman, joined by the talented Tiger Media Network sports broadcast crew. Should be a good one here between these two squads. The Pawnee Heights Tigers come in 1-1 after defeating Dighton 34-29 on Tuesday. For Quinter, they are 2-0 on the season. They knocked off Natoma 67-27 in their opening round of the Castle Rock Classic. We're underway here. Should be a good match inside between two 6'3" post players in Anna Briggs for the Bulldogs and Olivia Hands for the Lady Tigers. First possession for the Bulldogs ends in a shot and a rebound going the way of the Lady Tigers. They come across starting Jocelyn Cordeo Valles, Abby Hands, Olivia Hands, Briseda Ibarra, and Callie Omspacker. The Bulldogs, in their tight man-to-man defense, have forced opponents' teams into lots of mistakes with their pressure, and they're on their way here right now, nearly a 5-second call. Valles restarts the offense at the top of the key, goes down inside, shot off glass, no good for Omspacker, and a rebound controlled by Anna Briggs. Briggs averaging 9.5 boards a game on the season to go along with 21 points per game. She gets underway with a jump shot and good for the Bulldogs. She's got two early, and that lets the Bulldogs set up their press. Pawnee Heights will turn it over, a little confusion on the inbound there. So the Bulldogs reset their offense underneath, thrown inbound to Kennedy Worth. Worth drives. She'll drag that pivot foot in the lane, turning it over, giving it back to Pawnee Heights, but Quinter can reset their press once again. Bulldogs starting Bryn Gillespie along with Kennedy Worth, Kelsey Solinski, Anna Briggs, and Kashlyn Kwasniska. It's another turnover there for the Lady Tigers. In that first game for Quinter, Anna Briggs had 22 points, 5 boards, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. So a good all-around game for the senior. As Bryn Gillespie gets tied up inside, forcing a jump ball. That'll send it back to Pawnee Heights. Quinter also in their first game of the season blew out Victoria 71-25. So they've been pretty successful thus far in the early stages of this season. But getting behind the press is Pawnee Heights. Layup no good by Omspacker, and a rebound pulled down again by Briggs, and it's the Bulldogs pushing the other direction. Fast break, Bryn Gillespie shot, score, and count the basket. An and one opportunity for the Bulldogs, flipping that fast break quickly, and Bryn Gillespie will go to the free throw line looking for 3. Gillespie had 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting on Tuesday. Misses that first one, or her only one rather, on the and one attempt. Foul on Briggs underneath. As mentioned, a good battle in between there in the post. Anna Briggs at 6'2", Olivia Hands listed at 6'3". So not often at this level in the Class 1A will there be 2 players on the floor that are over 6 foot, let alone 6'2", 6'3", but we got a pair tonight. Another fast break opportunity for the Bulldogs. Layup good for Kennedy Worth, who streaks behind the defense and gets a layup to go. Bulldogs pressing once again, but leaking behind with the Lady Tigers and Abby Hands. Jump shot and a foul called as Olivia Hands goes for the shot. They're going to get the foul on Bryn Gillespie. So a couple of free throws coming here for Olivia Hands. First shot is up and good. Tigers really relied heavily on Hands in their opening round game. Only 6 on the roster for the Tigers. So their depth will definitely be challenged by Quinter and their press, but a couple of free throws go down and good for Olivia Hands. 6-2 here, about nearing 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter in this semifinal round. The winner will go on to face Rawlins County. Blocked in there. Anna Briggs on the jump shot. That was blocked by Hands. As we mentioned, that's not often that Anna Briggs is going to turn around and look eye to eye to another competitor. Might be the only time this season, at least during the regular season, that she has to deal with that. Abby Hands goes high post, nearly turns it over, but keeping possession is Pawnee Heights. Driving, Hands, layup, good. Olivia Hands goes right down the middle, and she scores yet again. 6-4 now. All 4 points courtesy of Olivia Hands. Skipping it around are the Bulldogs into high post. Jump shot from the high post is Anna Briggs. She gets her own rebound, goes off glass, can't get that one to fall either. Pulled down by Abby Hands. So after a couple of miscues early, Pawnee Heights has kind of settled in here a little bit. They've able to get past that press of the Bulldogs. That ball there is turned over. Kashlyn Kwasniewska has it after it was knocked away on the entry pass. Skipping close side, there's Solinski. She drives in, shoots off glass, no good. Again, the outstretched hands of Hands there to alter that shot, and she comes down with a rebound after an offensive putback attempt goes awry for the Bulldogs. Nearly stolen away by Solinski. Instead, it'll be driving Abby Hands, dishes down into Omspacker, but it's taken away. Bryn Gillespie. Far side Worth goes back in. And that'll be a travel. I don't know if that pass was necessarily intended for Anna Briggs. Both Bryn Gillespie and Briggs were going right down the middle. And it ended up in the hands of Briggs, and she turns it over on the travel. Pawnee Heights fortunate there. They threw it to nobody, but Omspacker was there to pick it up. Working the ball, good ball fakes. Jump shot. No good there from Omspacker off the pass from Hands after the pump fake. So still 6-4 here early. Quinter jumped out quickly. And then Pawnee Heights has settled in. As Kwasniewska brings the ball across the court. Gives it to Solinski in front of the opponent's bench. Far side now, that's Worth with it. Prodding this zone. Trying to get the ball into that lane high post. A head fake from Anna Briggs. Jump shot. No good again. She hit her first one, has missed her last 3. Strong on all of them. Ball goes off the hands of Abby Hands. The Bulldogs will inbound from underneath. Solinski drives, floats, off front iron, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Olivia Hands. And another stop for Pawnee Heights. Tough defense there by Kennedy Worth. She averages 3.5 steals per game for this Bulldog team. A couple of subs coming in for the Bulldogs. Cabry Kwasniewska checks in, as well as number 2, Sage Betts. Yeah, Worth, as she checks out, but she is one of the quickest players you'll see this season. And she uses that effectively on defense, again averaging 3.5 steals per game to lead this Bulldog defense. Pass in there taken away by Cabry Kwasniewska, and she's fouled going to the floor. Correction, they'll get her for the foul. So Pawnee Heights will inbound from the sideline. Go to Olivia Hands. She's double teamed by both Gillespie and Briggs. Thrown up top to Cordeo Velez. Pestered by Cabry Kwasniewska and taken away by Bryn Gillespie. He's knocked loose by Kwasniewska, taken by Gillespie. Layup and good. Uncontested all the way down the floor. Layup after the steal. And that'll prompt a timeout called by head coach Doug Ellison, as he's seen his team stay close, but a couple of costly mistakes here and there have put them in a challenging spot. They trail 8-4 here. I'd like to thank a couple of the proud broadcast sponsors for Quinter High School. Without these sponsors, these broadcasts would not be possible. Kendra Barnes at Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life. Bluestem Medical, delivering outstanding health care to Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of the Bulldog Athletics. Blackwood Family Dentistry, helping your family achieve a healthy smile. Kaiser Angus, certified Angus beef sellers and proud supporters for the Bulldogs. Solinski Land and Cattle Company, wishing the Bulldogs good luck during the 22-23 school year. Smoky Hill Agriculture, serving Lane, Logan, and Gove counties. As well as Gove County Medical Center, your comprehensive healthcare provider in Northwest Kansas, healing through caring, Gove County Medical Center. 8-4 here early as the Bulldogs have been led by a balanced attack. 2 points for Kennedy Worth and Anna Briggs and 4 for Bryn Gillespie after that steal by Cabri Kwasniewska knocks it into her hands as she's able to take it the length of the floor for a layup. That prompts the timeout for Pawnee Heights, and that lets the Bulldogs set up their press once again, trying to force more turnovers. Nearly gets the 5-second call on the inbound, but the Pawnee Heights Tigers are able to get the ball in. Dribbling at the length of the floor is Cordeo Valez. And right into the hands of Bryn Gillespie does Callie Armspacher put the ball, so a jump ball called, gives it right back to Quinter. Active hands and pesky defense has been the theme all year for the Bulldogs. They're very quick, and they make a habit to be disruptive on the defensive end. Cabri Kwasniewska for 3, leaves that one short, but her sister Cashlyn pulls down the rebound. Jump shot is good on the putback from Cashlyn Kwasniewska. So the Bulldogs doing a nice job of getting offensive rebounds. They haven't capitalized every time, but on that instance, they were able to put it back. Sage Betts with it at the top of the key, swinging it around. Bryn Gillespie left open, but they go out and guard her eventually. Kwasniewska pulls for another 3. That one's off back iron, no good. And pushing the length of the floor will be Abby Hands, and it's taken away from behind, but a foul called. So that'll stay with Pawnee Heights after the foul. Solinski and Worth check back in, replacing Cashlyn Kwasniewska and Anna Briggs. Nearly stolen away and does take it away is Kennedy Worth. Those active hands once again, she skies for the steal. Head fake, drive, nowhere to go though, cut off nicely by Pawnee Heights. 3 for Bryn Gillespie, bucket at the bottom of the net for Bryn Gillespie. She cashes that one down, she's up to 7 points. And that pushes the lead now to 9, 13-4 here for for Quinter. Pressure being applied by Worth at the top of the key. Cordeo Valez doing everything she can to keep that ball out of the hands of Worth. She puts a shot up and draws the foul. She just took that in and put a floater up, drew the contact. So nice job there from Cordeo Valez to get to the free throw line and draw a foul on one of the best defenders for Quinter. First free throw up and good. So 3 for 3 from the free throw line are the Tigers so far. They've capitalized on their 2 trips thus far. As Anna Briggs checks back in for the Bulldogs. Second free throw is also good, so 2 go down for Cordeo Valez. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. Betts goes inside to Briggs. She's triple teamed. Solinski, 3-point shot from the corner, and that hits the bottom of the net. Kelsey Solinski nails that one from the left corner. Pushes the lead now to 10, 16-6. Full court pressure applied by the Bulldogs. Cordeo Valez just gets it across, and they're going to get a foul called, though, as Solinski got a little too aggressive on the reach. The Bulldogs had a trap there if they wanted to go for it. Just a little bit too handsy for Solinski. So Pawnee Heights runs a stack for the sideline out of bounds. It's poked out by Betts. And we'll do it again. Seda Ibarra looks to trigger in. Gets it into Abby Hands. Stepping into a wide open three is Cordeo Valez. She can't hit it though, but an offensive rebound pulled down by Olivia Hands. 18 seconds here left in the first quarter. And Ibarra can't hold on to it. It slips through her hands, so the Bulldogs will have a shot to score once again here before the end of the first quarter. 10 seconds left. It's Cabry Kwasniewska with the ball at the top of the key, running an offensive set. They're trying to get Worth. She runs around far side, gets it inside, poked through the hands of Anna Briggs. So the Bulldogs turn it over, unable to get a shot off, but still lead 16-6 after one. Pressing defense and active hands have made it difficult for Pawnee Heights. We'll see what the Tigers can do coming up in the second quarter. You're watching Quinter Bulldogs and Pawnee Heights on the Quinter Bulldog YouTube channel. And we're back here in the doghouse, 16-6. The Bulldogs lead Pawnee Heights as Quinter has been very, very successful on the defensive end, forcing a number of turnovers for Pawnee Heights, and also led by Bryn Gillespie's 7 points here early on. A few more sponsors that Quinter would like to be thankful for allowing his broadcast to happen. Kansasland Bank, Western Kansas's favorite bank, Kansasland Bank. Family Market, your home grocer, Go Big Red, and GGNT Cattle Company. The Worth families are proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs. So triggering it again from the sideline will be Pawnee Heights. And that's thrown in, taken by Abby Hands. Kind of a set shot there from Omspacker, but an offensive rebound by Abby Hands, unable to put it down. An offensive rebound, though, from Olivia Hands, but tied up by Anna Briggs. So the alternating possession will send it back to Quinter. Yet only 6 deep for Pawnee Heights as Kennedy Worth tees up a 3, knocks that one down. And the Tigers have not gone to their bench yet. So the Bulldogs much deeper and they play a pressing style, so it'll be definitely a challenge for Pawnee Heights to try to keep under control and fight through the potential fatigue of only playing with 6 players, but other than a few mistakes here and there, have not done a bad job thus far as they do trail 19-6 though here early. Olivia Hands drives down. She's cut off though by the Bulldog defense. And a reaching foul by Cabry Kwasniewska, who just checked in. She tried to poke that loose from Cordero Valez, but got more body than ball, resulting in a foul. So triggering in is Ibarra. They go over the top. Taken away, though, by Kelsey Solinski. She sniffed that one out. Goes down, drops it off for Cabry Kwasniewska, but she can't hang on to it. Nice 2-on-1 fast break opportunity squandered for the Bulldogs. Solinski drives close side, blocked out of there by Hands. That's at least her second one thus far. And again, standing at 6'3", long arms, good jumping ability. She is going to be a menace in there in the paint. That'll prompt a timeout called by head coach Matt Havlis for the Quinter Bulldogs, as he doesn't like what he's seen thus far. A few more sponsors for the Bulldog faithful are Dave and Rowetta Mann, proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs. Agrigold Seed and Mann Farms, helping feed the Quinter Bulldogs and the world. Gove Community Bible Church, a Jesus-driven community. We support the Quinter Bulldogs. Saline River Seed, contact Darren Roberts, your Bax area seed dealer. Farmers and Bulldog fans at heart. So quick 30-second timeout there from Havlis to talk things over with his team, probably asking them to just tighten up a little bit. A couple of passes through their hands, both in the first quarter and here so far in the second quarter. Anna Briggs thought about stepping into a jump shot, thinks better of it. The Bulldogs spin the ball around, trying to get it into that heart of the zone defense. Top of the key, Cabri Kwasniewska. She'll tee up her third three, and third time's the charm. Cabri Kwasniewska nails it. That pushes the Bulldog lead now to 22-6, and that's tipped out of there by Solinski. Great active hands there from the junior, number 12, Kelsey Solinski. Miscommunication there. Anna Briggs steps into a three, in and out, but an offensive rebound by Solinski, and she is fouled. Kelsey Solinski has been all over this game on the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive rebounding side of the ball, and now she'll get 2 free throws for her effort. No, they're going to call it on the floor. I'm going to say she was fouled before she went up with it. So it'll be a trigger in underneath as Bryn Gillespie checks in for Anna Briggs. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to run a little elevator set here. No, they're going to cut down instead. Cabri Kwasniewska drives in, knocked loose, but Bryn Gillespie's there to pull it down. Long two for Solinski, no good, and Pawnee Heights is able to escape getting a stop. Cordeo Velez weaving through traffic, trying to get loose. It's poked loose from behind by Cabri Kwasniewska. So another sideline entrance for Pawnee Heights. The Bulldogs have sniffed out a lot of these toss-ins of late. As Olivia Hands is double-teamed in the corner, she's got nowhere to go with it. She throws it underneath. Great pass, but stolen away by Cabri Kwasniewska, taking it from Abby Hands. Streaking up the far side, Bryn Gillespie wide open. She tees up a three. Back iron, no good. Rebound fought for, but a jump ball will be called. And possession will go back to Pawnee Heights, but again, it lets the Quinter Bulldogs set up their press, which has been ferocious thus far. Olivia Hands dribbling through, quadruple teamed, finds a wide open Cardeo Velez, head fake, no shot, and she's fouled on the pass. The Bulldogs have been a little reachy, picking up a couple of cheap ones here and there on plays that would have either gone for a off-balance shot or a rocket pass, but 7 fouls to just 2. As Cordeo Velez goes to the free throw line, she leaves it short, but an offensive rebound pulled down by Olivia Hands, and she scores it, turning a rebound into a score. The Bulldogs come back the other way. Solinski, head fake, dribbles in. Sage Betts for 3, airmail, but another offensive rebound tracked down by the Bulldogs. Cabri Kwasniewska for 3. That one's no good, as the ball trickles out of bounds and will go to the Bulldogs. Pawnee Heights just kind of let that one go, but doing so allows the Bulldogs to reset up their press. Probably would have been better served to take it and run with it. Something that Coach Doug Ellison will probably discuss at halftime if we can't allow the Bulldogs to set up their press as often as they have. Cordeo Velez drives in off glass. Good. Nice strong take by Cordeo Velez. She scores her 4th points of the contest. Keep it within somewhat arm's length. 22-10 here with 5 to go here in the second quarter. Spinning around the top of the key. No one in the paint thus far. Another 3 by Cabri Kwasniewska, and she knocks that one down. She's now 2 for 5 from 3 thus far in this contest. A lot of three-point shots for the Bulldogs working against this Tiger zone, and have been able to capitalize on a fair few. Driving down the lane and fouled is Olivia Hands, and she's kind of being forced to do everything. Bring the ball across the court, work on the defensive end. And that'll be the 8th foul, so another pair of free throws, at least one free throw, 1-and-1 opportunity coming up for the Tigers. As Kennedy Worth and Anna Briggs check back in, replacing Sage Betts and Kelsey Solinski. So Olivia Hands at the free throw line. She's got 6 points thus far, 6 of the 10. That one's just off back iron. Rebound controlled by Anna Briggs. Cabry Kwasniewska brings it up. Trying to get it inside to Anna Briggs. They do. Step back jump shot, pure. Anna Briggs from the high post hits her second jump shot of the contest. She's got 4 now. Home run ball goes deep. Abby Hands has it, shoots it and blocked out of there, but a foul called on Kennedy Worth. She can't believe it. Looked like she got up there and swatted that one clean. Might have been some body underneath. And that's one area where the Bulldogs have been burned a couple of times, both early in the first quarter and then there, with the Lady Tigers just going a home run ball over the top. That free throw is good there by Abby Hands. That's her first score of the contest. With the Bulldogs, they play such an aggressive style of press that does leave them susceptible for that home run pass. Second free throw, no good. As Abby Hands goes 1 of 2 from the line. Kennedy Worth with it on the far side, thought about the 3. Instead, it's Bryn Gillespie probing through, steps up and shoots, but she is fouled on the floor. Just the 3rd foul, though, for Pawnee Heights. They do sit back in that zone, so it's harder to get fouls called unless the ball is attacked in there. And I think that's something Coach Matt Havlis is going to talk about as well. We need to attack that zone more. We can't just pass around. But when Anna Briggs is left wide open at the free throw line, not really much attacking that's necessary as she drains another one to give her now 6 points. Stolen away. Bryn Gillespie pokes it loose into the hands of Briggs. She'll drive down. A foul on the floor, though. We'll get number 5, Abby Hands, for that one. So the Bulldogs will trigger in from underneath their own basket. It's Kathleen Kwasniewska with it. They go to Briggs. Little step back jump shot, no good. She had time there, get her feet set, go off glass. That's probably another bucket for her, but just rushed it a bit. Cordeo Valles uses a screen. Drives down the far side. Nowhere to go with it, though. Puts it in the hands of Armspacker. Armspacker stolen away by Kennedy Worth. There's that speed on display yet again. She lays it up and good. Kennedy Worth displaying her defensive prowess yet again. She's got 7. And stolen away but out of bounds when she did so was Bryn Gillespie. As the lead is now pushed to 20. 31-11 here with 3.5 to go in the second quarter. And Gillespie's able to steal it, keeps it in bounds. Ball loose on the floor. Bodies everywhere, and at the bottom of the pile will be Cabry Kwasniewska and Olivia Hands. Jump ball will put the possession in the hands of the Bulldogs. Cabry Kwasniewska thought about the 3, throws it into Anna Briggs, poked around, back to Kwasniewska. She'll try again. Why not? She's now 3 of 6 from deep, has 9 points, all on 3-point shots. And stolen away, nearly taken though, and it is. Ball loose on the floor yet again, flying onto the ground. They're going to get a travel there. Not sure about that one. You're allowed to slide with the ball. Kwasniewska didn't try to get up with it, but it's not as though the Bulldogs aren't hurting for opportunity. They poke the ball loose on the out-of-bounds throw-in. But active hands from Kathleen Kwasniewska, poked it loose, then Cabry Kwasniewska went on the floor to get it and did secure it, but was called for the travel. They'll go over the top, Abby Hands, but it's taken away. Anna Briggs pushing across the court, throws it down to Bryn Gillespie, step through and a foul on the floor. Now those fouls starting to pile up a little bit for Pawnee Heights. That'll be the 5th and final foul before the Bulldogs are in the bonus. So stepping in, Anna Briggs wide open. And that just catches Pawnee Heights unawares as Briggs knocks down another jump shot. Ball poked loose again. Kennedy Worth, jumper, no good. And that will go to Pawnee Heights. As Sage Betts and Kelsey Solinski check back in, they'll replace Cabry Kwasniewska and Bryn Gillespie. And again, just that depth of the Bulldogs, able to sub in and out and keep applying pressure, just starting to wear down a little bit for Pawnee Heights, who's only played 5 thus far in this game. Another unforced error as Ibarra steps on the line trying to throw in. Over the top, Kennedy Worth tees up a 3, bounces off front rim, no good. And Abby Hands pulls it down. So probably the first time that Cordeo Velez has been able to bring the ball across unimpeded, but does have it poked loose as soon as she crosses the timeline. Another jump ball called. Stays with Pawnee Heights. Triggering it in from underneath will be Ibarra. Looking for somebody. And a 5-second call will be the call. As Quinter just suffocated that inbound play and didn't let Pawnee Heights have anywhere to go with it. Little flare screen there for Kwasniewska. She drives it right back into the heart of the defense. Jump shot, back iron, no good. Rebound tracked down by Worth. Skips it far side, Solinski. Top of the key, Kwasniewska. She'll try again. In and out. Very, very close, but a reach in there by Solinski will be called for a foul. It'll be the 10th, so a double bonus opportunity now for Pawnee Heights. A couple of really good looks there for Kaslyn Kwasniewska, excuse me. She just couldn't knock him down. Couple of free throws. You see the Quinter Junior High School band trickling in up top for their halftime performance. Junior Senior High School pep band is under the direction of Miss Julyn Samuelson again this year. And a fantastic band they are. First free throw good there from Hands. As Bryn Gillespie checks back in, as well as Kaslyn Kwasniewska. A lot of musical talent here in Quinter. The national anthem you saw prior to tip-off was sung by Quinter High School senior Caitlin Countryman, as another free throw goes down for Hands. Briggs spin the ball around. She's cut off, gives it to Kaslyn Kwasniewska. She tries again for three, in and out. But an offensive rebound by Sage Betts, and that just goes off rim. Smallest player on the floor for the Bulldogs snuck in there and nearly got the offensive putback. Aggressive defense being applied by Kaslyn Kwasniewska. The screen, though, set from Olivia Hands. Ball poked loose, but retaining possession. Abby Hands underneath, and that's blocked out of there, but a foul called. Ball up top, but maybe some elbow and arm contact underneath on Anna Briggs. So more free throw opportunities coming for the Lady Tigers and Abby Hands, who's got all three of her points at the free throw line thus far. First is up and good. Misses the second. Offensive rebound, though, tracked down by Omspacher. That'll be Ibarra on the jump shot. No good. Rebound, Abby Hands. She puts it up. Can't get it. Olivia Hands gets it blocked from behind, though, by Anna Briggs. Olivia Hands got a Briggs block earlier, so Anna Briggs repays the favor. Wide open underneath. Anna Briggs turn around. No good. A dribble and a layup there would have been wide open, but I think she found herself a little bit more open than she thought, and that's what Coach Matt Havlis is telling her. Just go lay the ball up. Jump ball called, and that gives it back to the Bulldogs. Three from the corner, Bryn Gillespie, no good. But an offensive rebound tracked down by Quinter, so they can reset the offense as they were under a minute here in the second quarter. Anna Briggs tees up a three, back iron, no good. Rebound snagged out of the air by Kaslyn Kwasniewska. Anna Briggs drives, step back, swish. And if a 6'2" Anna Briggs is hitting a step back like that, that is going to be very, very challenging to guard for any opponents. That gives her 10 now. First player to hit double digits. But Olivia Hands goes streaking down the court the opposite direction, and she'll be fouled on the layup attempt, so she'll get a couple of free throws for her efforts. Back iron, no good on the first one. Got a good-looking shot, though. She's hit a couple of free throws already earlier. Serenity Smith checks in for the Bulldogs for the first time, replacing Anna Briggs, who takes a seat. Second free throw is pure for Olivia Hands, giving her 7 now on the night. Leads all scorers for Pawnee Heights. 15 seconds left. The Bulldogs can hold for the last shot should they choose to do so here. Kabri Kwasniewska thought about the three and said she'll step into another one. Nearly gets the bank to go, but it rolls out. And Pawnee Heights has it with 2 seconds left. Will they get a shot? A full court heave will be just short as we enter the halftime with the score of 38-15. Quinter applying pressure early and has been able to control this contest. It's been Anna Briggs leading the way with 10, but Kabri Kwasniewska has been good from behind the arc so far. She's got 9. We'll see what the second half brings coming up after these messages. 38-15, Quinter Bulldogs.
Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs.
Family Market in downtown Quinter is here to provide fuel for Bulldogs of all ages. Come in and check out our variety of fresh produce, the large selection from the meat department, or food from the deli section. Offering weekly specials, Family Market has your family covered. Shop local, where we provide friendly smiles, a warm welcome, and service you can't find elsewhere. Family Market, a locally owned grocery store, is a proud supporter of all things Bulldog and Bulldog athletics.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Service specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the office to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or Quinter at 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help protect what matters most in life.
Solinski Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinski Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
Gove County Medical Center is your 24-hour critical access hospital located in Quinter, Kansas. Since 1925, GCMC has been providing outstanding health care for Northwest Kansas, such as surgery, physical therapy, respiratory therapy, lab, emergency services, radiology, and much more. GCMC is a top 20 critical access hospital. So for all your health care needs, visit Gove County Medical Center or call at 785-754-3341. Proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
GGNT Cattle Company is a fourth-generation seed stock producer owned and operated by Cindy, Garrett, Crystal, and Reed and Jessica Worth. They specialize in registered Solaris, Angus, and Optimizer cattle. Join GGNT for the 48th Annual Production Sale on February 23, 2023 at their ranch south of Quinter. GGNT Cattle Company, proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs.
Gove Community Bible Church, located in Gove, Kansas, is a Jesus-driven community that is proud to support the Quinter Bulldogs. We offer worship on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. If you would like to know more about our church, visit our website at www.govecbc.com or download our Faith Life app from the QR code. Be sure to follow us on Facebook as well. Good luck, Bulldogs.
Kansasland Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansasland Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansasland Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Harmony Farms, Kansas is a sixth-generation family farm located in Decatur County, Kansas. It was founded in 1878, and we still farm the original homestead. Harmony Farms, Kansas has been certified organic since 1987, and we're certified by the Organic Crop Improvement Association, National Organic Producers, and in Canada with the U.S. Canadian Equivalency Program. Harmony Farms offers certified organic wheat, milo, and millet both in bulk and individual packaging along with individual bags of whole wheat flour. Harmony Farms, Kansas, a proud supporter of Quinter Schools.
Mann Farms is your local AgriGold agent. For over 80 years, AgriGold has delivered quality corn and soybean seed to growers with unmatched genetic innovation and performance. Utilizing local in-field trials to gain first-hand knowledge of the best product lines for the area, let us help you with your seed selection decisions. Offering direct shipping or local seed delivery services for your seed needs. For additional information, call Shane at 785-299-0510. Mann Farms and AgriGold, proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
At Beck's, we are farmers at heart. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. We are proud to announce Saline River Seed, your dedicated Beck's dealers now serving farmers in northwest Kansas. At Beck's, we are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. For more information, call your Beck's local dealer, Darren Roberts, at 785-299-0126.
As we close in on our 20th year of practice, Dr. Blackwood and his staff want to thank our patients who've trusted us with your oral care. Just like the Bulldogs take pride in their academic and athletic endeavors, Blackwood Family Dentistry takes pride in providing quality care and great service. Come in and see us at Blackwood Family Dentistry for your routine and restorative oral care. Go Bulldogs!
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs.
And welcome back to the Doghouse here. 38-15 the score as Quinter is taking care of business early against Pawnee Heights. Russell Heitman now joined by Cale Hargett here in the broadcast booth. And Cale, that pressure and press for Quinter has just been the game changer so far, especially with Pawnee Heights only having 5 players that's played so far.
It really has, and Coach Matt Havlis always does a wonderful job of that. He is a coach that loves to press, and a lot of quick girls out on the court right now, so they can definitely get the job done.
Yeah, when they're 1 through 5 are all real athletic and switch all spots, that's definitely made the pressure challenging for Pawnee Heights to deal with.
And it definitely is a good job coming from Anna Briggs, as she has taken on a person her height. I mean, you don't usually see 2 6'3" girls matching up in Western Kansas, but it definitely does help her a lot coming into maybe potentially into the postseason and maybe even state.
Yeah, we probably won't see another tall player of her like in the regular season, but like you said, something to prepare for postseason potentially to see what they might see there. But they've been back and forth. Both got a block on each other. The first one, Briggs turned around. I said, well, it's probably the first time she's looked someone in the eye on a shot before, but she got payback a little bit later, blocking one out of Olivia Hands. So there's a foul called underneath, and that's where the Quinter Bulldogs struggled a little bit also in the first half, picking up a lot of fouls, putting the Pawnee Heights Tigers on the free throw line. As Jocelyn Cordeo-Valez goes to the line, she misses her first, but she hit a couple of free throws early in that first quarter after some foul trouble amounted for the Bulldogs. Second one does go. So she's got 5. Other leaders for Pawnee Heights, Abby Hands had 4, and Olivia Hands led them with 7 points. The Bulldogs were led by Anna Briggs in that first half with 10, and Cabry Kwasniewska had 9 on 3 made 3-point shots. Briggs steps up for a jump shot. Just kind of said, well, it's there, may as well take it. She's off mark, though. She's taken quite a few of those elbow jump shots, though. It looks like that's something that she's really trying to insert into her game.
Yes, and the offense that they're running looks like a 4-out, so it definitely does help her moving around the elbow, getting those 15-foot jump shots that sucks out Olivia Hands, and that opens up underneath for all the smaller guards too.
Great move from Hands, but she stepped just out of bounds on the up and under reverse attempt. Yeah, against this zone that Pawnee Heights almost has to play with only 5 that have been in so far. Yeah, with, like you mentioned, the movement around the outside, 4 out, trying to put players in that high post area to kind of pick things apart. And another stepping out of bounds after forcing the stop. Pawnee Heights got the ball, but just tiptoeing that line, those heels of Ibarra stepped out, and that gives the Bulldogs the ball right back. Great seal underneath. Bryn Gillespie just misses the layup. There's another jump ball called. So it'll stay with the Bulldogs. There's another out of bounds under play coming forth. Worth with it now on the close side. Ball fake, picks up her dribble. It's Bryn Gillespie, she'll drive baseline. Cut off though effectively. Open 3 for Worth. Off the side of the rim and pulled down by Anna Briggs, another offensive rebound. She'll step into a 3 and nail it. If Anna Briggs is stepping out from 3, that's even more problematic for opponents.
And that definitely can show that she can do anything on the court. She can step out and take a 3, and she definitely can play down low with her extreme height at 6'3".
Stolen away by Worth. That's her 3rd at least of the contest, averaging 3.5 as we mentioned earlier on the season, but they're going to get a travel called, throwing up ahead. No, a foul. Some contact as Worth threw it up to Gillespie. Might have shuffled her feet, but could have been caused by the contact. As ball thrown into Betts, and now top of the key, Kansasland Kwasniewska picks up her dribble. Worth sidestep, 3-point jump shot. That one's long as well. Same shot from the same spot. Just unfortunately for the Bulldogs, same result, another miss.
And something to look forward to if they can hold this lead. Tomorrow they will be going up against a division, almost rival, I would say, in Rawlins County, as they got the job done against Wheatland Grinnell earlier today, just before this game, actually.
Yeah, what we got here is we were setting up, preparing Rawlins County. I mean, it was fairly close to the first, midway through the second quarter, but then Rawlins County's defense just snuffed out Wheatland Grinnell and was able to really extend it and got to that 40-point running clock. Not something you thought you would see early on in that game, but yeah, that could set up, as if this score holds, a pretty competitive game between two teams. I think that'll really challenge each other, perhaps for the first time for both teams this season.
Yes, and we remember just a couple years ago in the Castle Rock Classic, that amazing high-scoring battle between those two high-caliber offenses. 70-point game that was ended just by 5, that came right down to the wire. So maybe want to see that again. That would definitely be a treat.
Certainly on a collision course for that as of now, as the Bulldogs lead 41-16, but a stop there on the misfire from Gillespie, and the rebound pulled down by Olivia Hands. Ball tipped away, but retaining possession is Cordeo Velez. She'll drive right around, and she's going to get tripped up by Kashlyn Kwasniewska. And Cordeo Velez has had the misfortune, should you say, of just trying to break this press almost by herself, and she's done a pretty good job of it thus far, but a lot of pressure being put on her to really have to out-dribble this entire athletic pressure defense for the Bulldogs.
As it does look like they loosened up the press just a tiny bit here, still trying to cause some miscommunication that they did just this last possession. So
another steal taken out of there by Cabry Kwasniewska. Skip pass across to Serenity Smith. Cabry fires another 3. That one doesn't go, and a rebound ripped away eventually into the hands of Olivia Hands. Yeah, even though the full court press has kind of been relinquished, it's still full court single man-to-man coverage, so it's not making things easy for Cordeo Velez as she has to bring the ball across. Thought about the 3, instead dribbles through, shoots a floater up, but loses control of it. And she takes a shot. Kind of an inadvertent extension of the arm there from Bryn Gillespie going for the rebound. Oh, she's holding her mouth. It might have gotten her in the chops. She's down on the ground. We'll step aside. Big lead here, 41-16. And we're back here, and it does look like all is as well as it can be for taking a shot to the mouth for Jocelyn Cordeo Velez, but just some inadvertent contact as the ball was tipped loose, and both Cordeo Velez and Bryn Gillespie were going for it, and it looked like just a loose arm caught her right in the mouth. So it looks like she's going to take a seat down, and we'll see Jalissa Torres for the first time. So the depth being challenged yet again here for this 6-man roster, but at least there's a 6th to get in there, as you see a couple of other teams in the Castle Rock Classic with only 6 players on the roster.
And then definitely a big position to fill coming in at point guard. Smaller point guard, you definitely have to be able to handle pressure well.
Yeah, just right after talking about how Cordeo Velez was being a stalwart as the ball handler, but she's back to the head table to check back in, so it looks like she just needed to take her mandatory check out for being injured. So she'll return. Jalissa Torres can log a minute of action. Well, that speaks to the toughness of Cordeo Velez, because she folded pretty quickly there for them from that shot to the mouth, and that's a tough shot to take and come right back into the game, especially with the expectations being put on her as the point guard. But stolen away there by Anna Briggs. She pushes down, thinks about the pull-up, throws it over the top to Kashlyn Kwasniewska, and a little jump shot there by Bryn Gillespie goes good for her 9th point of the contest.
And something to watch out for, as only having 6 people on the team and playing almost every part of the game, you are going to get tired towards that 4th quarter. So this is going to be a long time for these Pawnee Heights Tigers, as definitely not a position you want to ever see yourself in with just 6 people on the roster, but it's a job that has to be done.
Anna Briggs pulls for 3, unable to knock that one down. There's a rebound pulled in there by Abby Hands. And to your point, too, at least with the Tuesday to Friday, there's a little bit of a break, but now they'll play again tomorrow. So some tired legs potentially if this holds for that third-place game for Pawnee Heights, as they'll be taking on, assuming this result hold, the Wheatland-Grinnell Thunderhawks. So quick recovery, getting those ice baths, put the icy hot on.
And definitely another thing to look to, as their first game I got to watch between Pawnee Heights and Dighton, a very low-scoring game, only low 30s. It was back and forth for a while in the first quarter and stopped completely in the second and third. Low 30s and high 20s was the end score.
34-29, that final score. And again, most of the work being done in that game from Olivia Hands, as she's been the kind of offensive leader thus far. She's got 7 to lead for Pawnee Heights. Kind of a jump shot turned into a pass. I'm sure Abby Hands will claim that as an assist, but it falls right into the hands of teammate Armspacker, who knocks that one down for her first score of the game. And right back the other way is Kathleen Kwasniewska, who knocks that one in from the top of the key. That's her first score of the contest.
And if you're just going to leave her open like that, I think she's going to take that shot every day of the week. And something you got in a 2-3 zone, you have to commit to the ball first before you can go to that first pass, which is hard for some teams.
Shot underneath, no good, and rebound pulled down there by Kabri Kwasniewska. But yeah, Kathleen has done a pretty good job today of facilitating. She's had opportunities to shoot and definitely a capable shooter, but has looked to pass first. But having that secondary option to be able to throw up a shot and be pretty successful at it's not a bad secondary option. Kabri Kwasniewska, however, has not been bashful tonight. Takes another 3. That's, I believe, her 10th attempt. Doesn't fall. She hit 3 in the first half.
And definitely another job that goes unlooked as Serenity Smith hits a 3 there. Being the captain of your own team, you have to also look to get your teammates involved. It's not always the highest scorer. Sometimes it's about who can find the best passes to get the score. That can definitely help your team out a lot.
A lot of capable scorers on this Quinter team, so for Kabri Kwasniewska, getting the ball to those capable scorers is very important. As she does so there, throws it up ahead to Bryn Gillespie, who knocks in the layup. That's her 13th point of the contest. So she ties Anna Briggs for the team leader thus far. A little bit aggressive there on the attempted steal from Gillespie. Foul called.
And something that they're going to have to work at that has always shown, that has always happened for these Bulldogs, is they play some very aggressive defense. So foul trouble has definitely been a big problem, as I believe Kelsey Solinski already with 4 fouls and Bryn Gillespie picking up her 3rd. Got to be able to play defense without fouling when you get into these close in-league games and getting into sub-state.
Yeah, a lot of depth for the Bulldogs, so that's helpful. And today it hasn't been as bad as another turnover for Pawnee Heights because the Tigers haven't made as many free throws and they haven't put as much pressure offensively overall. But like you mentioned, when you play those in-league opponents, when you put them on the free throw line, regardless of your depth, it's still got opportunities for the opponent to score without the clock moving. And while your best players may be getting foul trouble, as Kathleen Kwasniewska cashes in another one.
That's something that will beat that 2-3 zone all game long. You could see the back screen set by Kabri Kwasniewska as that skip pass goes over. Screening that backside of the 2-3 zone will leave that open wing 3 all day.
Stolen away by Solinski. She's been all over the place defensively. Streaking ahead and rejected out of there by Olivia Hands. But another 3-point jump shot from Kathleen Kwasniewska. She's like, I'm tired of passing. I want to score a few times here.
As the third quarter will wind down, we'll get a foul with 1.6 seconds left, and that will be Kelsey Solinski's 5th foul of the contest.
Yeah, so there's that aggressive defense you talked about. She gets run up for her 5th, and in a game like this, doesn't really matter as much because you've got depth, you've got a good lead, good comfortable lead, but when one of your better defenders and one of your better players in Kelsey Solinski goes to the bench, fouls out, that's someone that you're going to want to rely on in those league games. Free throw missed there by Abby Hands with just 1.6 left, so one more chance to tack on another point here in the third quarter. And she does so. So just triggering in and taking the end of quarter will be Cabri Kwasniska. And the Bulldogs have opened it up even more. They lead 58-19 here as we approach the fourth quarter. Only 8 minutes of action remain. Bulldogs, Tigers, one more quarter coming up.
Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs.
And we're back. Fourth quarter action underway here shortly in the doghouse. But before we get there, a few sponsors that the Quinter High School would like to thank for allowing these broadcasts to be made possible. Kendra Barnes at Farm Bureau Financial Services, Bluestem Medical, Blackwood Family Dentistry, Kaiser Angus, Solinski Land and Cattle Company, Smoky Hill Ag, Gove County Medical Center, Kansasland Bank, Family Market, GGNT Cattle Company, Dave and Rowetta Mann, Agrigold Seed and Mann Farms, Gove Community Bible Church, and Saline River Seed. Quinter High School thanks you for your proud partnership and sponsorship of Bulldog basketball broadcasts and allowing these contests to be streamed in all of their capacities. 8 minutes left here, fourth quarter. Should be a running clock as we're over the 40-point mark, or just about over the 40-point mark. There's a tie-up right underneath the basket.
As I would say, something else to look forward to, Pawnee Heights, their boys have been looking very good with also an earlier win today against Dighton. As there's another three from Kathleen Kwasniska, as this second half has definitely been her half as she has really started to heat up from three and finding a couple passes too.
Yeah, 4 for 4 from deep. There's a steal taken away there. Serenity Smith goes the length of the floor, but she will be fouled. Yeah, as you mentioned, the Pawnee Heights boys have definitely looked good in this current tournament thus far and can make a run potentially at that championship game.
Yeah, and the winner of the game coming up, Quinter versus Rawlins County, will actually face Pawnee Heights in the championship. So that'll be definitely a good game between which one of those two teams wins and upcoming.
Yeah, they've set themselves up for a potential championship there as they'll wait for the nightcap coming up next. As a reminder, coming up on this same stream, so you don't have to change anything over, it'll be the Bulldogs hosting Rawlins County, although technically Rawlins County will be the home team on the score and on the court. But Rawlins County and Quinter coming up next to decide who goes to the championship of the boys' side of the Castle Rock Classic. Yeah.
And just another thing, too, is Pawnee Heights did make it to the championship last year. Their boys did. And they unfortunately lost to Wheatland Grinnell in overtime, 56-53 last year. As on the other side, the girls, Quinter did lose to Wheatland Grinnell in a barn burner, 56-50, as that definitely was a very good game to watch.
So a little bit of sour taste in the mouth for the boys' side for Pawnee Heights, looking to avenge that, and they'll get that chance tomorrow. And Quinter looks like they'll have a chance as well if this holds, which certainly should, as an offensive rebound pulled down by Bryn Gillespie. And again, they'll take on the winner of this game will play the Rawlins County girls, who dispatched Wheatland Grinnell earlier tonight. So 5.5 minutes left here in the contest. The Bulldogs spinning the ball around. Kathleen Kwasniska and Bryn Gillespie, the lone starters in. As a jump shot, no good. Rebound, skying in there is Serenity Smith, but she's got it taken away. Another three for Kathleen Kwasniska, rolls in and out. Would have been her fifth of the second half, but just rolls out as Cabri Kwasniska sets to check in. Working around inside the post, shot up by Olivia Hands, no good.
As it looks like they're going to go with a slower paced offense to kind of chew up some clock, as we've seen both of these teams try to take their time with their possessions, but a very slow offense against a zone defense will take a little while to get to the bucket or get your shot up unless you are just left wide open by the defense.
So Cabry checks in for her sister Kathleen. And with the clock rolling here, yeah, the Bulldogs certainly in no hurry. It's another 3 taken by Cabry. And an offensive rebound, a jump ball. It was Cordell Valez, Bryn Gillespie, as well as number 23, Brighton Mesh. So three individuals with their hands on it. It's going to be a jump ball pretty easily every time. Stolen away there by Sage Betts. She'll go the length of the floor, shoots it, no good. Rebound pulled down by Serenity Smith, and she is fouled. So a chance for a couple of points from the free throw line after running the floor well and getting the offensive rebound. And that'll foul out Jocelyn Cordell Valez. So back in will be Jalissa Torres. She spelled Cordell Valez for just a moment in that third quarter after Cordell Valez took a knock to the face. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds extra court time for Torres here. Smith misses the first free throw. She'll get another crack at it. And knocks it in.
And something to look forward to, this Pawnee Heights team has no seniors. They are all juniors and freshmen. So 4 juniors and 2 freshmen. That definitely will help them down the road.
Travel there as Cabry Klesnick tried to run with it. And that's something I noticed earlier. Is if you can get a couple other players on the roster just to help with the depth. I mean, the players on the team certainly have talent. I mean, Jocelyn Cordell Velez has done a great job handling the point guard duties. Abby Hand's just a freshman, and she's scored 5 points all at the free throw line with being active and getting into the paint. And then, of course, Olivia Hands is a junior at 6'3". She's proven herself offensively. So the pieces are there. It's just you need a little bit more depth, a little bit more help. But not graduating anyone is certainly a positive, especially for a team that made the semifinals. And will be playing for third place. That's something to hang your hat on, even though coming away from a loss isn't always the best thing. If you can find those silver linings. I'll get a 3-second call on Kathleen Kwasniewska there. They're just trying to move the ball around in that zone.
And definitely another thing to look out for. It looks like they are in no rush now. Trying to pass the ball around, waste some time. I mean, under 2 minutes left. I think you're not really looking to shoot it. You're just trying to waste as much time as you can. As looks like a double team going on. Almost a jump ball, but rebound and put back in by Olivia Hands.
We'll give her 9 for the contest.
Pushing down quickly was Cabry Klesniewska, but she'll slow it down, and they will pass this ball around in what looks like a 4-out offense for the Bulldogs.
And it's a good opportunity just to run your sets, run your stuff, get some chances to see what your offense looks like against people on another team. As Kathleen Kwasniewska bangs home another one, she's now got 15 all here in the second half, all from behind the three-point line.
And that definitely will show Coach Matt Havlis, even in the second half. She may pass it all the first half, but in that second half, when you start to deny her, she's going to start heating up as basket good from Olivia Hands, and she'll go to the line for one more shot.
Yeah, great just dive to the basket, shoots it up and scores through contact. And having that height and that length to be able to get the ball high and the strength to finish. Definitely a talented player in Olivia Hands as she has 11. She leaves that free throw short and can't really falter. The legs are probably all but gone with having played every minute of the contest. Yeah, for Abby Hands, Olivia Hands, Briseda Ibarra, and Callie Amspacker have played every minute of the contest.
So now it just looks like a pass with ball screens here. Now they'll kind of set back up the 4-out, and this, as you said, is just a great time to just work on passing the ball around, seeing what you get from a 4, 5-out or baseline running offense.
At this juncture, they're probably only going to take a wide open shot. If not, with only 5 seconds left, they'll let it roll through here, it seems. And Quinter will advance to tomorrow's championship game, winning 66-23. They used great pressure, great press defense, and a ferocious attacking of the offense from Pawnee Heights to get this job done. And they were led by a number of players. Kathleen Kwasniewska ends up the leading scorer, 15 second half points, but also good balance. Anna Briggs with 13, Bryn Gillespie with 13, as well as Cabry Kwasniewska hitting 3 threes in the first half. So good balance for Quinter as they take care of business 66-23, but a good way to advance to that championship game. And we'll see what they are able to do tomorrow against Rawlins County in that championship contest. But we've got another one coming up after, as we have the Quinter boys set to take on Rawlins County here. Should be a good contest. We'll have that one here on this very same stream, so don't go anywhere. That's coming up next. In the meantime, this is Russell Heitman, Cale Hargett. We'll see you here in about 15 minutes.
Family Market in downtown Quinter is here to provide fuel for bulldogs of all ages. Come in and check out our variety of fresh produce, the large selection from the meat department, or food from the deli section. Offering weekly specials, Family Market has your family covered. Shop local, where we provide friendly smiles, a warm welcome, and service you can't find elsewhere. Family Market, a locally owned grocery store, is a proud supporter of all things Bulldog and Bulldog athletics.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Service specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the office to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or Quinter at 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help protect what matters most in life.
Solinski Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinski Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
Gove County Medical Center is your 24-hour critical access hospital located in Quinter, Kansas. Since 1925, GCMC has been providing outstanding health care for Northwest Kansas, such as surgery, physical therapy, respiratory therapy, lab, emergency services, radiology, and much more. GCMC is a top 20 critical access hospital. So for all your health care needs, visit Gove County Medical Center or call at 785-754-3341. Proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
GGNT Cattle Company is a fourth-generation seed stock producer owned and operated by Cindy, Garrett, Crystal, and Reed and Jessica Worth. They specialize in registered Solaris, Angus, and Optimizer cattle. Join GGNT for the 48th annual production sale on February 23, 2023 at their ranch south of Quinter. GGNT Cattle Company, proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs.
Gove Community Bible Church, located in Gove, Kansas, is a Jesus-driven community that is proud to support the Quinter Bulldogs. We offer worship on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. If you would like to know more about our church, visit our website at www.govecbc.com or download our Faith Life app from the QR code. Be sure to follow us on Facebook as well. Good luck, Bulldogs.
Kansasland Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansasland Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansasland Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Harmony Farms, Kansas is a sixth-generation family farm located in Decatur County, Kansas. It was founded in 1878, and we still farm the original homestead. Harmony Farms, Kansas has been certified organic since 1987, and we're certified by the Organic Crop Improvement Association, National Organic Producers, and in Canada with the U.S. Canadian Equivalency Program. Harmony Farms offers certified organic wheat, milo, and millet both in bulk and individual packaging along with individual bags of whole wheat flour. Harmony Farms, Kansas, a proud supporter of Quinter Schools.
Mann Farms is your local AgriGold agent. For over 80 years, AgriGold has delivered quality corn and soybean seed to growers with unmatched genetic innovation and performance. Utilizing local in-field trials to gain first-hand knowledge of the best product lines for the area, let us help you with your seed selection decisions. Offering direct shipping or local seed delivery services for your seed needs. For additional information, call Shane at 785-299-0510. Mann Farms and AgriGold, proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
At Beck's, we are farmers at heart. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. We are proud to announce Saline River Seed, your dedicated Beck's dealers now serving farmers in northwest Kansas. At Beck's, we are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. For more information, call your Beck's local dealer, Darren Roberts, at 785-299-0126.
As we close in on our 20th year of practice, Dr. Blackwood and his staff want to thank our patients who've trusted us with your oral care. Just like the Bulldogs take pride in their academic and athletic endeavors, Blackwood Family Dentistry takes pride in providing quality care and great service. Come in and see us at Blackwood Family Dentistry for your routine and restorative oral care. Go Bulldogs!
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs. Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs.
Family Market in downtown Quinter is here to provide fuel for Bulldogs of all ages. Come in and check out our variety of fresh produce, the large selection from the meat department, or food from the deli section. Offering weekly specials, Family Market has your family covered. Shop local, where we provide friendly smiles, a warm welcome, and service you can't find elsewhere. Family Market, a locally owned grocery store, is a proud supporter of all things Bulldog and Bulldog athletics.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Service specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the office to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or Quinter at 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help protect what matters most in life.
Solinski Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinski Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
Gove County Medical Center is your 24-hour critical access hospital located in Quinter, Kansas. Since 1925, GCMC has been providing outstanding health care for Northwest Kansas, such as surgery, physical therapy, respiratory therapy, lab, emergency services, radiology, and much more. GCMC is a top 20 critical access hospital. So for all your health care needs, visit Gove County Medical Center or call at 785-754-3341. Proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
GGNT Cattle Company is a fourth-generation seed stock producer owned and operated by Cindy, Garrett, Crystal, and Reed and Jessica Worth. They specialize in registered Solaris, Angus, and Optimizer cattle. Join GGNT for the 48th annual production sale on February 23, 2023 at their ranch south of Quinter. GGNT Cattle Company, proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs.
Gove Community Bible Church, located in Gove, Kansas, is a Jesus-driven community that is proud to support the Quinter Bulldogs. We offer worship on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. If you would like to know more about our church, visit our website at www.govecbc.com or download our Faith Life app from the QR code. Be sure to follow us on Facebook as well. Good luck, Bulldogs.
Kansasland Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansasland Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansasland Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Harmony Farms, Kansas is a sixth-generation family farm located in Decatur County, Kansas. It was founded in 1878, and we still farm the original homestead. Harmony Farms, Kansas has been certified organic since 1987, and we're certified by the Organic Crop Improvement Association, National Organic Producers, and in Canada with the U.S. Canadian Equivalency Program. Harmony Farms offers certified organic wheat, milo, and millet both in bulk and individual packaging along with individual bags of whole wheat flour. Harmony Farms, Kansas, a proud supporter of Quinter schools.
Mann Farms is your local AgriGold agent. For over 80 years, AgriGold has delivered quality corn and soybean seed to growers with unmatched genetic innovation and performance. Utilizing local in-field trials to gain first-hand knowledge of the best product lines for the area, let us help you with your seed selection decisions. Offering direct shipping or local seed delivery services for your seed needs. For additional information, call Shane at 785-299-0510. Mann Farms and AgriGold, proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
At Beck's, we are farmers at heart. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. We are proud to announce Saline River Seed, your dedicated Beck's dealers now serving farmers in northwest Kansas. At Beck's, we are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. For more information, call your Beck's local dealer, Darren Roberts, at 785-299-0126.
As we close in on our 20th year of practice, Dr. Blackwood and his staff want to thank our patients who've trusted us with your oral care. Just like the Bulldogs take pride in their academic and athletic endeavors, Blackwood Family Dentistry takes pride in providing quality care and great service. Come in and see us at Blackwood Family Dentistry for your routine and restorative oral care. Go Bulldogs!
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glinda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs. Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glinda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs.
Family Market in downtown Quinter is here to provide fuel for Bulldogs of all ages. Come in and check out our variety of fresh produce, the large selection from the meat department, or food from the deli section. Offering weekly specials, Family Market has your family covered. Shop local, where we provide friendly smiles, a warm welcome, and service you can't find elsewhere. Family Market, a locally owned grocery store, is a proud supporter of all things Bulldog and Bulldog athletics.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Service specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the office to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or Quinter at 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help protect what matters most in life.
Solinski Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinski Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second semifinal match of tonight's broadcast. The Quinter Bulldogs and the Rawlins County Buffaloes. Russell Heitman joined up in the broadcast booth by Cale Hargett. And Cale, the Bulldogs are trying to make their first championship appearance since 2010, and Rawlins County is trying to make it a clean sweep for their boys and girls program with getting both teams into the championship game. Should be a good one between two teams with some kind of divisional rivalry, so to speak. But what are we looking forward to in this one?
It definitely should be a good one. Some old-time methods, run and gun, man-to-man, both. A new coach coming from Atwood, so don't know what to expect from him. But last year, 3 matchups between the Bulldogs and Buffaloes. The Bulldogs do go 3-0, but all games were played within 10 points.
And Trace Kinderconnect giving up some inches to Brandon Quaddle, but the tip is won by the Buffaloes. Offensive rebound put up and a foul called going for it, but Quinter is the road team tonight. Technically, they'll be in their road reds. The Buffaloes are in the home whites.
And definitely down the stretch, it will not seem like that, as this student section is already getting pretty loud. As Preston Havlis will go to the bucket and be blocked.
Great.
Avery Briggs with the rebound, and he'll be off the mark from 3.
Yeah, great block in there from Brady Beckman. But Trace Kinderconnect tracks it down, and we're at a breakneck pace thus far. Neither team really establishing a great look so far, though, as the Bulldogs get things underway here in the first half. Regular starters for the Bulldogs, as it's Gruenbacher, Havlis, as well as Kinderconnect, Briggs, and Kaiser. Three-point shot by Trace Kinderconnect, no good. Starters for Rawlins County, Brian Rodriguez, Brandon Quaddle, Braxton Dixon, Peter Kraus, and Brady Beckman.
And this definitely should take a second to settle in, as there's a 3 from number 11, Braxton Dixon, as first shot has been made, as looks like a man-to-man press, as definitely will take both teams just a second to settle in, as Preston Havlis will let it fly, and we are going to have a pretty good game here, as both teams running some man-to-man press. As you saw Preston Havlis slip on the court there, maybe something to look forward to as we see another person hit the deck, but throw is out of bounds, but stay with Rawlins County.
A lot of bodies on the ground. Like I said, a lot of pace. A couple of threes back and forth as both teams kind of look to settle in. Both teams applying pressure with that full court press. So it'll be interesting to see how they're able to kind of navigate the pace of this game and some early physicality, intentional or not, as teams are hitting the ground back and forth.
As this it'll be a pretty quick game to start it off, but then I feel like both teams will start to settle into a pace, and there that bucket is good from number 10, Braxton Quaddle. There we see that man-to-man press. Pretty tough one, too, to break here, as something we didn't think would look like, as Avery Briggs from the almost the corner and wing, as he will be off the mark, as the Buffaloes will get the ball back. Both of these man-to-man presses are applying the pressure early.
Yeah, Brady Beckman tracks that one down, and that previous score from Brandon Quaddle, he just went right into the body of Preston Havlis inside, and kind of like you talked about, kind of a style juxtaposition. The size advantage definitely goes to Rawlins County, whereas definitely a quickness, perceptible quickness advantage for Quinter, but a foul called there on the defense of the Bulldogs.
As something you definitely do not want to get into foul trouble here, as down the bench you're going to see as they're not going to have as much quickness as they would, as the depth definitely is just a tiny bit worse than the start. As you see another foul called, as sounds like both crowds already starting to get into it.
It'll be Kaiser whistled for his second, so that'll force Coach John Christ to go to his bench to Lakin Getz, who had a pretty good game against Natoma. Was 7 for 7, scoring 14 points, but again, that game was not particularly close. Rawlins County also not particularly close in their quarterfinal matchup. So both of these teams coming in off of big victories, so this is their first real test against a team that's got similar skills and physicality as the other.
And we'll get a timeout from Rawlins County.
They'll call a 30, trying to kind of get an assessment of where they're at, as it's been physical early. I want to take a moment to thank the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Kendra Barnes at Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life. Bluestem Medical, delivering outstanding health care to Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of the Bulldog Athletics. And Blackwood Family Dentistry, helping your family achieve a healthy smile. Yeah, 5-3 early here, definitely physical. Fouls on both sides. Three-point shot from Preston Havlis, the score for the Bulldogs, and a 3 from Braxton Dixon, and a layup from Brandon Quaddle, the scoring for Rawlins County, as we prepare to get back underway after Rob Beckman called a timeout for the Buffaloes. Ethan Gruenbacher has it thrown into him to get things underway.
I would assume this is a set play coming, but that is not going to help your momentum at all, throwing it right out of bounds.
Just bobbled there by Preston Havlis. Took his eyes off it just a bit too early. Almost got it back, and then trickles out of bounds.
Trying to get a set play in. I wonder if they're going to come with it this next drive down, as Brian Rodriguez is going to try and dribble his way around the defense, as almost made there, and they're going to stick around in that man-to-man press here, as now the Bulldogs will come down with it.
The officials letting him play kind of a bump by Getz on the screen attempt earlier, and then some hands inside there to knock it away from Quinter Connect, and another hands from Quinter Connect to knock it loose, but it will stay with the Buffaloes. So the officials have kind of set the tone early that physicality is going to be okay, and it'll be interesting to see how both teams play with that, and if the officials continue to call the game in that manner as we go forward. Kind of a swipe down again from Quinter Connect. Got a lot of ball, though, and another no call as he streaks up the floor. Steps through, shoots up, and scores. Trace Quinter Connect coast to coast to put 2 on the board for the Bulldogs.
And definitely that speed is really going to help him, as there is Lakin Getz getting a hand in on the ball.
The pressure being applied as Zane Beckner checks in for the Bulldogs. He'll replace Avery Briggs. So full court pressure being reapplied, and now the Buffaloes can't run with it on the baseline.
Looks like they're going to release 2. There they'll release the 3rd, and Ethan Grunbacher will come down with that. And just keep in mind, he is a football wide receiver, so going up and get that is what he has been with for the past 3 to 4 months, and nothing new for him, as they'll review who it went out on.
Yeah, he went up, eyes wide, said, "I got it." He didn't want to come down for the travel, so he threw it loose, and the ball was poked loose, bodies hit the floor, and the officials unable to determine who the ball went out off of, so they'll call a jump. And that will be fortunate for the Bulldogs as they retain possession after Grunbacher did a good job to sniff out that release that you called for.
It looks like here comes a set play, as it looks like maybe not a set play coming out for the Bulldogs, but
just taken away there. Brady Beckman rips it.
Stripped away.
Good layup there by Brian Rodriguez. Back the other side, quickly do the Bulldogs come. They go inside to Getz. Again, he was 7 for 7 in that game on Tuesday. Unable to get that one to go over the length of the Buffaloes. And now Rawlins County will walk the ball across the court, set their offense up a little bit after a frenetic pace to begin, as it's 7-5 here early in favor of the Buffaloes, and stolen away. Nice deflection there for the Bulldogs. It ends up in the hands of Havlis, and now Beckner brings it across. A nice big extended zone here for Rawlins County, but right into the hands of Getz and blocked, but a foul called on Quaddle. As kind of right place, right time for Getz, as you kind of want to tell your team, don't save it under your own basket, and that's exactly what the Buffaloes did. And Getz is the beneficiary.
And these definitely are some huge free throws for the Bulldogs to try and get back into this game. As 2-point game, you definitely want to try and tie it.
First free throw up and good for Getz, and as checking in is Shea Salyers. But yeah, the Bulldogs haven't really been able to run some good stuff. They got an open 3 that was just kind of rhythm taken by Havlis early, and then Quinter Connect goes coast to coast. But when they've actually gotten into their offensive sets, it's been really difficult against that zone that the Buffaloes have employed. But Getz knocks 2 free throws down, ties it up 7 apiece. The full court press reapplied as Beckner puts a couple of hands on, and you can't do that. It's been physical thus far, but when you put 2 hands on, that's going to be a foul. So Coach Christ is telling his defender there, just slide with him, keep your hands off, use your athleticism. Checking in is Joseph Dozababa, as well as number 25, True Dewey. Dewey triggers into Rodriguez. Man-to-man defense applied by the Bulldogs. They're working through it. A give-and-go opportunity, clogged up though, taken away. Buffaloes continue to work it around, trying to find an opening. Head fake, spin. He's gone with that spin a couple of times. Fades away. Bank shot off the glass. Tough shot and finished there by Brady Beckman.
Nice tip pass, and this looks like it's going to go all the way as Shea Salyers gets a hand in there, but it's cleaned up, and the Buffaloes trying to pull away here.
And that started with a great steal in the middle of that zone. It was just Quinter Connect trying to do too much, passing through it. Three-point shot missed by Havlis. Giving chase was Kinderknecht, but coming away with it are the Buffaloes and Brady Beckman, who again walks the ball across the court. He's defended by Getz.
And definitely a quick pace right now.
Taking it all the way in, but blocked out of there by Havlis. Streaking up is Zane Beckner, one-on-one. What's he going to do? Floats it up, shot no good, gets his own rebound. Reset the offense.
Wise decision to set it out, not force a shot that you don't have to. And Preston Havlis almost gets in there, and looks like him and Lakin Getz collide. And now they're going to try and go with a 4-on-2 here, and there's another fall. Gotta wonder is what's going on here.
And physicality has been just at the forefront here. Beckner bounces off, I guess straight up defense. But on the previous possession, driving down, the Buffaloes fall. Prior to that, the Bulldogs are on the ground. So I need to take this quarter break, just be like, are all your guys' shoes tied? Is everybody good? Because, man, it's been bodies on the ground. But the beneficiary there on the offensive rebound, free throws for Havlis. He leaves that one short.
And another thing to note, Brian Rodriguez coming in with his third foul already just in this first quarter, as he will get a blow from Braxton Dixon, as definitely are going to be sitting for a little while with 3 fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah, those kind of ticky-tack fouls come into play when you give up offensive rebounds, as Havlis makes his second free throw. It's the importance of securing the rebound, because then it turns into scramble mode. So 11-8, the lead for the Buffaloes. Spinning through the lane. Open three-point shot from the corner, sails it, and rebound into the hands of Havlis.
And another thing that may be happening here is both teams looking like a little bit nervous here, especially the Bulldogs. They just look a little bit jittery so far on, going into their first divisional game, as Kane Johnson tries the three but sails it just a little bit too far above, and the Buffaloes will come down with it.
That's 2 jump shots in a row that have hit nothing but air, which is not exactly what either team is looking for. Yeah, the flying around zone of the Buffaloes definitely making Quinter think about it on offense. As Lakin Getz sails up there, tries to tip it away, but lands out of bounds, and that'll be retained to the Buffaloes. As Avery Briggs checks in for Preston Havlis, and Havlis looks a bit tired. He's been out there the whole time so far and has been flying around. So he'll get a quick break here with a minute left here in the first quarter. Ball thrown in, another spin, dish underneath, ball loose, and finally drops into the hands of Quaddle, and he lays it in for 2 more.
That's going to make it a 5-point game, and here comes the Bulldogs up. They're going to call out the set offense here. Sounds out to be 4 out, as they'll put Lakin Getz inside. Winding the time down here in the first quarter. Still a lot of time to be played, but you don't want to give up too many points here, as the Bulldogs taking their time, and that one is tipped and will be taken by the Buffaloes.
Active hands on defense, driving through, and that'll be an offensive foul called, as taking the charge was Kane Johnson, and he is fired up. Just stayed in a legal guarding position as he backed up through the defense and drew that foul. And that saves a potential either layup or foul called on Johnson, as the active hands defensively of Rawlins County have definitely pestered the Bulldogs on offense.
And this definitely is going to be something to learn from if you're Coach John Christ, as they're going to play you tight, so you got to space yourself out. You can't be too slow with the ball, or that's going to happen as Lakin Getz goes underneath, and he'll pick up a foul, as number 30, Brady Beckman, thought he was coming away with a block there, but instead he's going to pick up a foul. That's his second, the 6th team foul in just the first quarter, so foul trouble might be a problem later on in this game.
Yeah, there was clean up top, but a lot of body underneath on that secondary defender as Getz goes to the free throw line, knocks in another one. And yeah, that zone defense, like you talked about, they're playing the gaps, and they're very active. They're doubling when the ball goes into the post, so there's theoretically an open man, but it's a matter of finding them. And that's what's been difficult so far for Quinter because of the activity that the Buffaloes have employed on their defense.
As Pete Krause into the game for Brady Beckman, as with fouls, you definitely don't want to give up another free one, as time winding down on the first quarter. We'll see if Atwood going to force up a shot. That one will be tipped out of bounds, so it maybe ruins your chances just a tiny bit, but Definitely going to look for a quick shot here.
Great activity by Beckner to poke that one loose. Maybe a little bit of lack of awareness for the Buffaloes. They'll see what they can get in here. They tip it in and it's poked out again. So just 0.6 comes off the clock. They got time for a dribble, maybe two, and a quick shot, but not much more. So maybe they're going to look for something at the basket. They do a flare instead. It's tipped away, and the great active hands for the Bulldogs get a stop, and they needed it. It's 13-10 in an incredibly physical and active first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second stanza. 13-10, Bulldogs trail.
Gove County Medical Center is your 24-hour critical access hospital located in Quinter, Kansas. Since 1925, GCMC has been providing outstanding health care for Northwest Kansas, such as surgery, physical therapy, respiratory therapy, lab, emergency services, radiology, and much more. GCMC is a top 20 critical access hospital. So for all your health care needs, visit Gove County Medical Center or call at 785-754-3341. Proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
13-10 the score here in this final semifinal matchup of the day of the Quinter Castle Rock Classic. As it's been physical thus far, and as you alluded to in the first quarter, already 6 fouls for Rawlins County, as that has put some of their players, their starting point guards got 3, and they've allowed the Bulldogs to get into the bonus through the whole rest of the second quarter. So we'll see if Quinter, who trails by 3, can capitalize on that in what's been a physical contest.
As Buffaloes with the ball, you definitely don't want to give up a easy shot here, as looks like the Bulldogs are going to take off a little bit of their pressure, maybe switch to a zone offense, and I think that what is coming for the Bulldogs here, a 1-2-2 it looks like. There's a 3 taken by True Dewey, but it will be missed, and the Bulldogs will get the rebound, but Avery Briggs was swarmed, and he will take off down the court.
Steps into a 3, tries to the bank, no good. Gets on the rebound, and as they go to the zone, they were fortunate for the Bulldogs to come down with the rebound, but it was after a loose tip that they got it, and rebounding out of the zone is a difficult thing to do, and I think that's what's been a benefit for the Bulldogs on offense, is they've been able to offensive rebound against the Rawlins County zone, so now switching to a zone themselves, it'll be interesting to see how they rebound against the Buffaloes, as Getz misses his first free throw of the contest.
As another thing to note, that is Brandon Quaddle's second foul. That also does put the Quinter Bulldogs in the bonus with 7 fouls. So another foul here just on the floor gives them a 1-on-1.
Second free throw also off for Getz. So no score here through the first 2 possessions, 1 for either team. Big screen there set by Kraus. He has it now, trying to go inside, but denying through the zone are the Bulldogs. Driving down the lane was Dozaba. Far side is Dixon, floats it up, no good. Rebound scooped out of there by Getz, and now pushing the other way are the Bulldogs, and they'll look to score now.
That definitely looked more like a man type of zone that time around, and he'll get, Zane Beckner will go in through the lane. A little bit of contact there, no foul.
It definitely could have been. A lot of contact, both bodies hit the floor. And I'm kind of a proponent of if people fall down, it's a foul's got to be called. And as 2 fall down, it's certainly an opportunity for a foul. But
intentional foul coming in for the Bulldogs. And they're going to have to be real careful right now, as a technical maybe on the verge here. And that ref is definitely staring down.
Yeah, he's asking through his eyes, True Dewey, are you going to talk again? And Dewey decides not to. But they get an intentional foul going for the fast break. So that'll be 2 free throws and the ball. As Preston Havlis goes to the free throw line. He's got a 3 early on and then a free throw. So if he can see a couple more shots go through the hoop, that might open it up a little bit for the senior guard. First free throw rattles around, no good.
And got to control your mind here. You can't let that get to your head. You still got 1 more free throw here, and you're getting the ball.
Second up, and trickles around and goes in.
Just as that gets quiet, you hear a couple of Buffalo fans not very happy with the call there, as looks like all the Bulldog starters coming back into the game here after a little bit of a break at the end of that first quarter and a tiny bit of the start of this first quarter, as a couple of subs coming in for the Buffaloes as well.
And I didn't see it where the intentional was called. There was a lot of bodies in there, so it wasn't a clear breakaway It must have just been a grab as opposed to a clear path. And saving it is Preston Havlicek, stolen away by Gruenbacher. Gets it to Salyers, shoots off glass, and scores. Right place, right time for Shea Salyers after an exceptional steal by Ethan Gruenbacher.
Looks like going for the trap here. Ethan Gruenbacher hits the floor, but it will stay Bulldogs ball, Buffalo ball. As something to notice too, this Quinter crowd has been electric so far through pretty much anything. A tip ball, a steal, even if it just goes out of bounds on a deflection, they are getting up on their feet and clapping. Especially that student section, as you hear, erupts. And there's a foul.
Well, they're going to get Ashton Rickford, who threw the pass, was looking to skip it across, but Salyers just jumped up and got it.
Wrapped around here, and that's going to be a 1-and-1.
Yeah, that's just a frustration foul, and that's something that you can't have happen when you're in a situation where you've got fouls. Okay, you threw it away, that's unfortunate, but that's probably something that Coach Beckman's going to tell his guys, like, hey, don't compound a mistake with another foul. And that puts Gruenbacher on the line for free points while the clock is not moving.
And this definitely could be some big free throws to take the lead here, too.
Now, it's still stuck on 13 for the Buffaloes. They have yet to score here in the second quarter. First shot is good for Gruenbacher. Second trickles out. So 1 for 2 from the line, and a 1-point lead now for the Bulldogs, 14-13 as we're 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Kinder Connect applying pressure.
This man-to-man press, as there's a three in the corner that is off, but rebounded by the Buffaloes. Bulldogs will take it, and as I was saying, that man-to-man press, you can see when they come on those sidelines.
And a big block there from Joseph Dozaba that bounces off of Kinder Connect. It was a big swing, so the home crowd wants a foul, but it was clean at the top. And just unfortunate for Kinder Connect to hit the ground, and the ball bounced off and out of play. Goes for the steal, unable to get it, as Brady Beckman's now got us streaking down the floor. And Kinder Connect pokes it loose, so he doesn't give up on the play.
And
they're going to say it was out off of Beckman.
Definitely something that you will take if you're part of the Bulldogs here, as a great hustle play. Almost looked like a frustration foul was going to happen there, but
yeah, both on the initial takeaway and on the fly down.
Yeah.
So again, the physicality is being let play. I mean, there's still fouls being called, but more that could have been so far in this game.
A lot of pick and rolls for the Bulldogs as Trevor Kaiser gets one that just is a little bit long and off the iron.
Yeah, they're trying to probe the kind of that pressure zone, trying to get openings in the middle as a skip pass across. Saved by Dozaba, but a long three-point shot taken, misses nearly everything from Dixon. And a foul called going for the rebound. They're going to ring up Peter Kraus for that one. So the long walk down for Preston Havlicek as he'll get a couple more free throws.
And that is going to be the 10th foul, I believe, for the Buffaloes.
Yep, they just added that on there. So double bonus for the next 5 minutes. And only 3 fouls for Quinter thus far. So the Bulldogs have either been the beneficiary of a less whistles, but also I think have played a little bit smarter with their hands. First free throw for Havlicek is good.
Only Pete Krause's first foul, as that definitely will help, as a couple of Buffaloes already in foul trouble.
Second up and rocks off.
And they'll get Shea Salyers over the back there, as just a simple mistake that you have to prevent there. But only his first foul, only the 4th team foul. As
that's tough for a guy like Salyers, who's so athletic. He thinks, I'm just going to jump up and grab it, but a good job for the Buffaloes to box him out and force that foul call.
Something to watch for, too, as they come down the sideline. You see these traps being set. And there's a foul on the Bulldogs.
They get Kaiser.
Starting to creep up there. No, they'll get Kinder Connect.
They get Kinder Connect on it. So I guess they...
There's a timeout taken. 30-second timeout taken by the Buffaloes.
Yeah, he was confused on how that was rung up on him, but foul call nonetheless. So the whistle's starting to blow a little bit more here in this second quarter. More sponsors that Quinter would like to thank for allowing these broadcasts to be possible. Kaiser Angus certified beef Angus sellers and proud supporters of the Bulldogs. Solinski Land and Cattle Company wishing the Bulldogs good luck during the 22-23 school year. Smoky Hill Ag serving Lane, Logan, and Gove counties. And Gove County Medical Center, your comprehensive health care provider in Northwest Kansas. Healing through caring, Gove County Medical Center. Also want to take this opportunity to ask you to please subscribe to the Quinter YouTube channel if you have not done so already. On Tuesday, they went over 700 subscribers and have now 706. So if you get to 1,000, the Quinter YouTube channel will be able to stream directly without any third-party streaming services.
As the Buffalo is going to take it in the half-court offense here. A couple of screens being set as they'll work it around the elbow as there's a shot that is missing. Rebound by Preston Havlis. He'll take it down the court here, and he'll go straight in, and that's going to be an offensive foul taken. Ran right into it, set perfectly up at the elbow, and this will be Preston Havlis' first foul, 6th team foul. As looks like the Buffalo's going to release a couple people. They're only going to have one in the man press. Looks like Bulldogs going to switch to a zone press here. So might get a couple more Buffaloes to come back here, but they'll switch, and that should be an easy layup for the Buffaloes. That is the one part about switching to a zone press is you're going to have a bunch of people open. Shea Salyers for three, just off the mark. Preston Havlis will save it, though. Running this 4-out offense. Trace Kinderconnect will feed it into the post here. And foul.
They'll get a foul there. And want to apologize to the Rawlins County fans. The rosters off online were incorrect based on the numbers, so Grady Lowheffer, number 15, gets that one called. And unfortunately, referring to 15 as Joseph Dozba is not checked in yet, so Lowhefner there gets called for that one. So Kinderconnect has a pair of free throws. Misses the first.
So a couple of Bulldogs into the game here, as that should give the starters a little bit of a break right before halftime as we are tied at 15.
Kinderconnect takes a second shot. No good on that one either, so missed points opportunity there.
0 for 2 from the line right there as Trace Kinderconnect playing some pretty tight defense on number 30, Brady Beckman, trying to deny one of the key Buffaloes the ball. As there's a missed shot that will be rebounded by Zane Beckner. He'll take it down the court.
Again, a lot of contact underneath there. No call, so the Bulldogs definitely the beneficiary of a swallowed whistle as Briggs misses the shot, but pulling down the rebound is Beckner. So another opportunity here, offensive rebounding against that zone. Skips across to Havlis. He'll try again for three. Just misses back iron. That one was close. And another no call as two bodies hit the ground.
And it went out of bounds, too, before Zane Beckner picked the ball up from out of bounds before they even blew the whistle here. And now they're going to get together. And I think in this situation, you can't call a foul on either of these ones. You just have to call it out of bounds.
Yeah, I think the official, the lead official was running away, and then the back official either wasn't seeing or didn't see, so that allowed the contact to happen before anything was noticed. And it's like, oh, there's two bodies on the ground. The ball's out of bounds. Obviously, we got to call something. But I think probably unfortunate for the Bulldogs because it looked like that probably would have been a block, trying to take the charge but still shuffling the feet. So a no call goes in the favor of the Bulldogs and then ultimately goes into the hands of the Buffaloes as they get a foul rung up there on Trace Kinderconnect.
That should be his third foul, and that will put the Buffaloes at their 7th foul. So a 1-and-1 coming up for the Buffaloes with just 3 minutes left in this first half. This could take the lead for the Buffaloes here, and for the Bulldogs, getting a missed free throw and coming down and getting a bucket could really help you out.
So the free throws the fouls, creeping up a little bit for Quinter, as well as an offensive rebound and a block out of there. Havlis gets called for it, doesn't like that, but great effort there from Brandon Quaddle to go up and get it. And he'll have a chance now for a couple of free throws after getting the offensive rebound.
That's his second foul, so most of the Bulldogs right around 1 or 2 fouls, but definitely not something you want to be creeping up on.
First free throw, no good. So unable to capitalize on the last couple of attempts for the Buffaloes.
There's one free throw here before.
That one goes good for Quaddle.
Buffaloes will take the lead here, and this press has been withdrawn from the Buffaloes. Looks like a man-to-man half-court set here.
Part of that might be due to the foul trouble. They don't want to pick any more up as Getz gets a rebound and he's fouled.
Preston, as the 5-out offense looks to be working here as pick and roll set as Lakin Getz gets it and goes to the hole and picks up a foul, as that will be number 25, True Dewey's second foul coming out of that intentional foul.
So Getz, who's made a living at the free throw line thus far, gets another one to go.
That will tie the game back up, and this one to take the lead. Another big free throw.
Another free throw coming, and if he makes it, it looks like John Christ is asking for a timeout, which he will get as Getz hits another free throw to put Quinter back up by 1. So another timeout called on the floor. We'll again thank a few more sponsors. Family Market, your hometown grocer. Go Big Red, Kansasland Bank, Western Kansas's favorite bank, Kansasland Bank. GGNT Cattle Company, the Worth families are proud supporters for the Quinter Bulldogs. Dave and Rowetta Mann, proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs. AgriGold Seed and Mann Farms, helping feed the Quinter Bulldogs and the world. Gove Community Bible Church, a Jesus-driven community. We support the Quinter Bulldogs. And Saline River Seed, contact Darren Roberts, your Beck's area seed dealer, farmers and Bulldogs fans at heart. So the foul's definitely creeping up on both teams here now. The double bonus has been for the Rawlins County Buffaloes at least for the last 5 or so minutes, and only 2 away now for the Bulldogs from getting to that point as well.
And this should be a big possession for the Buffaloes here if they can go down and kind of get this back and forth right before halftime.
So the Bulldogs applying their pressure yet again. They have not relinquished that pressure yet, as it's Gruenbacher and Beckner as well as Briggs in the backcourt, but sneaking back behind, layup and an offensive foul.
And that sends this Quinter student section and crowd ablaze here, as that is a huge foul, as that will be True Dewey's 3rd foul already of the game. Does not count as almost lost there, as does not count towards the free throws here as
the foul was picked up as an offensive. Great pressure being applied by the Buffaloes. Zane Beckner just barely gets it across. They go inside to Getz, shoots it up, leaves it short, altered there probably by the defensive Quaddle.
The Bulldogs are going to get back in a hurry, making sure they don't give up anything in this 1-2-2 zone.
A great backdoor sneak and score there by True Dewey. Unfazed by his shot taken away by the offensive foul, just leaked underneath. And a great find by the Buffaloes to get the layup and to retake the lead. But Getz says that will be short-lived as he lays it up for his 8th point of the contest. He's played well for the Bulldogs thus far. The pace is quickening here yet again. Long jump shot taken by Quaddle. He can't knock it down, and it's Havlis pressing, pushing, stepping through, got tripped up, but the offensive putback is also no good by Briggs, and leaking out is Dixon. Going the length of the floor and altering it was Gruenbacher, but a foul is going to be called on either Kinderknecht or Briggs, just flying in there after the fact. So another frenetic sequence of plays. We'll see who they get on this one. They're going to get Briggs on it coming in late.
And another thing to note too, number 11, Braxton Dixon, was a little bit slow to get up, maybe tired a little bit, but did maybe knock the wind out of him a little bit, landing on that hardwood.
Yeah, he went up for the layup, was well contested by Gruenbacher.
Came down hard too.
And then Briggs just flying in, just didn't have a chance to stop, just crashed into him and put him on the ground. But he'll get a couple of free throws, or excuse me, 1 free throw, and misses. Next free throw or foul will be a double bonus for both teams as an offensive rebound, and sailing the shot was Quaddle.
As one of the better rebounders coming into the game, Kane Johnson, he has averaged more than a couple rebounds a game, as there's another body that hits the floor on maybe a charge trying to be taken.
Yeah, Quaddle, I think, just kind of tried to sell that one a little bit. Knows Getz is a big body, but it takes a little bit more to knock him down, and they're going to get Briggs again running through, so he'll pick up 2 quick ones And that one's just kind of an unfortunate situation for him. He's just kind of got to clear out of the way. So we're double bonus both sides, both rest of the way here for this first half.
Pretty low scoring battle. Both teams with some outstanding defense with their presses and zones, as both teams have shown. A couple zones and a couple man presses, and the Bulldogs switching to a zone press as well.
Yeah, they've mixed up their defenses, both teams have, and it's definitely kept the offenses on their toes as that free throw goes in there for True Dewey, who's battling through with those 3 fouls.
As number 44, Bradley Bogert, into the game for Avery Briggs. Maybe to just get a quick talking to from Coach John Christ.
And that one goes in as well for Dewey. He's got 4. A long and athletic lineup on the floor for the Bulldogs. Maybe not one that's seen a lot of minutes together this season, but we'll see what they can do for the final minute of this half. They go to Getz inside, trying to probe that zone. Spins, shoots, and scores it. The great half continues as a timeout is. We have a bench warning against Rawlins County. So it'll be Rawlins County ball after Getz goes in and scores. He's got 10. Scored his first 4 from the free throw line and then has bullied his way in for his final 6.
So something to take note that may have saved the Bulldogs there. They did not have their press set up at all, so that bench warning may have saved them from a quick Buffalo's bucket here, as they'll get back and Shea Salyers will tip that one away as the Bulldogs get back in transition quickly.
They're going to say that was off of the Bulldogs. I think Dewey thought that one was off of him, but fortunate for Rawlins County, they retained possession. So 44 seconds left here in the first half. Driving baseline, throws it up underneath. That should have been an out of bounds as it's thrown off the back underside of the backboard, but no call made as it sets up a fast break opportunity for the Bulldogs.
May help the Bulldogs too, as Ethan Grunbacher looks to just slip. His hands slip maybe a little bit, and his feet look to slip just a tiny bit too, as the Buffaloes, will capitalize on that. They'll take a 1-point lead as a little bit of pressure being taken, but
a strong take there by Brady Beckman.
Last couple of seconds with this 5-out offense.
5 seconds left here. We'll see what the Bulldogs do with it. It's Grunbacher driving, shoots, and lays it. It's just a strong, tipped around. Bogart with a shot at the buzzer. They will not count it. It does not fall regardless. And a back-and-forth affair, physicality at the forefront as it's 22-21. Rawlins County leads. There's been a bench warning, an intentional foul, bodies hitting the floor everywhere. An incredibly physical contest for the spot in the championship tomorrow on the line. We'll have more analysis and second half action coming to you shortly. It's 22-21. Rawlins County leads Quinter. It's a close one.
GGNT Cattle Company is a 4th-generation seed stock producer owned and operated by Cindy, Garrett, Crystal, and Reed and Jessica Worth. They specialize in registered Solaris, Angus, and Optimizer cattle. Join GGNT for the 48th annual production sale on February 23rd, 2023 at their ranch south of Quinter. GGNT Cattle Company, proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs.
Gove Community Bible Church, located in Gove, Kansas, is a Jesus-driven community that is proud to support the Quinter Bulldogs. We offer worship on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. If you would like to know more about our church, visit our website at www.govecbc.com or download our Faith Life app from the QR code. Be sure to follow us on Facebook as well. Good luck, Bulldogs.
Kansasland Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansasland Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansasland Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Harmony Farms, Kansas is a 6th-generation family farm located in Decatur County, Kansas. It was founded in 1878, and we still farm the original homestead. Harmony Farms, Kansas has been certified organic since 1987, and we're certified by the Organic Crop Improvement Association, National Organic Producers, and in Canada with the U.S. Canadian Equivalency Program. Harmony Farms offers certified organic wheat, milo, and millet both in bulk and individual packaging along with individual bags of whole wheat flour. Harmony Farms, Kansas, a proud supporter of Quinter Schools.
Mann Farms is your local AgriGold agent. For over 80 years, AgriGold has delivered quality corn and soybean seed to growers with unmatched genetic innovation and performance. Utilizing local in-field trials to gain first-hand knowledge of the best product lines for the area, let us help you with your seed selection decisions. Offering direct shipping or local seed delivery services for your seed needs. For additional information, call Shane at 785-299-0510. Mann Farms and AgriGold, proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
At Beck's, we are farmers at heart. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. We are proud to announce Saline River Seed, your dedicated Beck's dealers now serving farmers in northwest Kansas. At Beck's, we are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. For more information, call your Beck's local dealer, Darren Roberts, at 785-299-0126.
As we close in on our 20th year of practice, Dr. Blackwood and his staff want to thank our patients who've trusted us with your oral care. Just like the Bulldogs take pride in their academic and athletic endeavors, Blackwood Family Dentistry takes pride in providing quality care and great service. Come in and see us at Blackwood Family Dentistry for your routine and restorative oral care. Go Bulldogs!
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs. Bluestem Medical Primary Care Physicians Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Grumbacher, Dr. Shelley Grumbacher, Dr. Scott Rimple, Dr. Anna Rimple, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff offers services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333. Bluestem Medical, proud supporter of the Bulldogs.
Family Market in downtown Quinter is here to provide fuel for bulldogs of all ages. Come in and check out our variety of fresh produce, the large selection from the meat department, or food from the deli section. Offering weekly specials, Family Market has your family covered. Shop local, where we provide friendly smiles, a warm welcome, and service you can't find elsewhere. Family Market, a locally owned grocery store, is a proud supporter of all things Bulldog and Bulldog athletics.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Service specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the office to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or Quinter at 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help protect what matters most in life.
Solinski Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinski Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Doghouse. 22-21 our score as Rawlins County has a 1-point lead here in a very tight back-and-forth match. Russell Heitman joined in the broadcast booth by Cale Hargett alongside Tiger Media Network's broadcast crew. Very physical, a lot of back-and-forth action, a lot of defensive switches, a lot of pressure, a lot of could-be fouls, a lot of very physical fouls. What did you see in that first half, and what do you expect to see going forward?
This has definitely been a very physical game. I've seen a couple people slip, get tripped, knock over, but something to definitely watch out for. Number 1, Brian Rodriguez, already with 3 fouls. Came out in the first quarter. He's been sitting down for a second, maybe a little bit tired. So if you're the Bulldogs, you got to capitalize off that. A couple of these other Buffaloes, they're playing physical. If you can maybe squeak out a technical foul out of them, it would really help the momentum in the long-term run. Yeah, the physicality got to the point of bench warning issued on the Rawlins County bench. Which I believe also was on Brian Rodriguez, too. They did point towards Rodriguez's area, but don't know for sure if it was or wasn't on him. Ball tip there, hits off the hands of Havlis, so a good stop to get started for Rawlins County. And it'll also be, for Quinter, they're definitely going to want to attack Rodriguez, try to get that 4th foul. And for Rawlins County, they operated almost the entirety of that second quarter without their point guard. So they're going to try to get him back into the fold, it looks like. And he skips it down. Stolen, though, by Ethan Gruenbacher. Did a great job getting in the gap and just taking that ball away. Another thing to look out for, Braxton Dixon has been putting on some tremendous pressure. Just little pushes when they're taking the ball down the court is really helping out as Zane Beckner gets to the hoop but just misses the layup there in traffic. Got to capitalize off that, especially when you're in close games like this, trailing 1. If you can get to the basket, you have to score. Jump shot taken there by Krause, no good. And you talk about Dixon's defense. He's understanding how the game's been officiated, and he's playing it very intelligently. He's using his physicality and quickness to get in those spots. Nearly taken away there by Rodriguez, but Quinter retains possession. So they've had a couple of tough spots, but a great slip underneath. Gruenbacher with a shot, but he was walled up, so he just had to throw it away. But good of him to get rid of it before he got called for the travel. Briggs driving through, more physicality, and they're going to get a travel called after a lot of contact driving through the lane. So a full timeout called by Coach Christ, and he's not happy as things get started. Their first possession tips off the hands of Havlis. Second possession to get a bad shot, and then a turnover and a foul after the fact, or a travel after the fact. So not the start necessarily that the Bulldogs want. They've been fortunate not to give up any stops, though,
they've been able to give up no points on their defensive side.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they were going for a set play on that recent drive, and Ethan Grunbacher just caught it in a weird position and couldn't do much about it. So just a tough break for the Bulldogs, and then Avery Briggs getting to the bucket and couldn't slow himself in time as he had to turn around and throw it, and by then it was just too late as he gets called for the travel. But the defense did look pretty good on that first drive, as they just have to take their time, get a good shot up, and make sure that it's a good one, as they can't rush their shot as they have a couple times. Just got to make sure it's a nice, you can take your time on these possessions. It's still a very close game. Only down one. Just need to take your time, not foul. Maybe try and draw some contact, but you need to get a bucket.
A good little set run for Grunbacher to get it, but caught it in a weird spot, and then Rodriguez did a great job of walling up and forcing the awkward pass back out.
And it looks like the refs are starting to get a little bit, I don't know what the word is for it, but starting to get a little bit, they're starting to quicken up the pace. As you saw, the ball was slammed down there, as the Buffaloes will get a bucket as Avery Briggs takes it to the rim and just couldn't get it, as Trevor Kaiser almost had it there, as the Buffaloes will come down with it, and you got to get a stop here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, coming out of that timeout, the officials wanted the Buffaloes to get in there, so they put the ball down and started the clock. And just coming down the other way, they scored it, but the Bulldogs do a good job to get the stop there, trailing now by 3 as the ball's poked loose. A lot of contact, but they'll go out of bounds and remain with the Bulldogs.
Thought almost a foul was going to be called there, maybe pushed in a little bit, so that might be a little warning side if you're Braxton Dixon, to just maybe pull off the pressure just a tiny bit, as the Bulldogs will try and get a bucket here. Down 3, you don't need a 3, as Avery Briggs will go in, 15-footer just off, as jump ball will be called, and it will go to the Buffaloes. A good job to make them use their jump ball there, but the Buffaloes will come out with it in the end.
Yeah, definitely a lot of game left. I mean, being down by 3, you don't want to press either. The scoring has not been at a premium tonight, so you definitely want to capitalize, both teams, on what you do offensively. And Briggs, yeah, they had the opening there with that jump shot, but you got to work the ball around. It's a great find underneath and score from Braxton Dixon as he leaked back behind the pressure and got the layup to go. Kinder Connect pushing back the other way. Briggs has it, thought about it, but instead gives it to Kaiser. Soft play off of him. Back into Briggs. A two-man game. They're really working that far corner, trying to get something to work. Beckner drives, shoots, no good, and rebound pulled out of there by Brian Rodriguez, and kind of a smothering defense by Rawlins County to start things off here in the third quarter.
Looks like Beckner wanted a foul, maybe a hand coming in from the back, but got to be able to play through it, as the refs have definitely told them to play through it, as there's a missed shot. Rebound by Ethan Grunbacher. He'll take it down the court wide open. He'll give it to Beckner, who just bobbles with it, and they'll set up the offense now.
Yeah, they've definitely, the officials established they weren't calling a lot in the first half, and kudos to them. They've been pretty consistent here in the second half. They're letting them play. So that's where both coaches have to tell their players, look, you're going to get hit, you're going to get bumped. You've got to be willing to fight through that contact and understand that they're not going to call it, and you can't go begging for fouls. Beckner went in there, and just a case of just good defense being a little bit too tall for him as they block it away, do the Buffaloes.
It looks like Beckner just tips it out of bounds there. A little bit of miscommunication from the Buffaloes there, to maybe a nice job to just tip it out, as some subs going to come in for the Bulldogs, as it looks like everyone except for Preston Havlis will come off the floor here. 5-point game. Got to get a stop here with some fresh legs in.
Yeah, Coach Chris looking for something to make a little difference. Again, an athletic lineup here with Kinder Connect coming in, as well as Salyers and Johnson.
There's a shot taken in and out, and looks like 3 Bulldogs going to go for the rebound there, but the Bulldogs will come up with, Lakin Getz specifically will come up with it, as Kinder Connect will take it down into the lane. He'll kick it out for Preston Havlis, and just off the front of the rim, as
offensive
Payne Johnson battling around, as looks like Brady Beckman will come up with it. Look like a couple people wanted to take a charge and leaves somebody open, and it will be tipped out, and that's just going to roll out. Who was it off of?
They'll say it stays with White, it looks like. Again, physicality underneath. Sound like a broken record talking about the physicality of this game, but it's been well documented and well established. Shot up, no good there by Dixon. And pushing back the other way is Kinder Connect. No numbers, though. They find Havlis, and again, a mishandle by Preston Havlis. It's the second time that he's had the ball bobble out of his hands for a turnover.
And you just have to settle down now. You've almost just about halfway through this third quarter. Nobody really scoring either way now.
Yeah, just 4 points for the Buffaloes. The Bulldogs have yet to score here in the third quarter as we're over halfway through this third stanza.
And Coach John Chris has almost tried everything, tried set plays, as there is a nice bucket from number 30, Brady Beckman, as that will extend it to a 7-point lead. So Bulldogs definitely have some work cut out for them right now, as there's about 3 minutes in this third quarter and starting to wind down.
Yeah, that was just a good, strong take by Beckman. Just blew by his defender, and sometimes good offense beats good defense. Shot floated up there by Havlis, looking for contact, but again, it's not going to be called. You got to shoot physically and with strength in this game, and that's what Coach Christ is talking to his players about, trying to implore them to be a little bit more physical with the ball, as he will call a timeout. So 28-21 the score. Yet to score are the Bulldogs here in this third period. Again, want to thank the sponsors that make this broadcast possible, as well as all of the broadcasts possible for Quinter High School. Kendra Barnes at Farm Bureau Financial Services, Bluestem Medical, Blackwood Family Dentistry, Kaiser Angus, Solinski Land and Cattle Company, Smoky Hill Ag, Gove County Medical Center, Kansasland Bank, Family Market, GGNT Cattle Company, Dave and Rowetta Mann, AgriGold Seed and Mann Farms, Gove Community Bible Church, and Saline River Seed. Thank you again for your proud sponsorship of Quinter Athletics. 28-21, the Bulldogs have not been able to score. They've tried different offensive situations. They're just trying to figure something out, but it seems like this quarter particularly, the defense of Rawlins County has been smothering, and it's not been good looks. It's been a few sloppy plays, but there haven't been any clean looks at all through these first 5.5 minutes of this third quarter. What offensively can be tweaked, especially with the lineup that the Bulldogs have, to try to get that ball in the hoop?
I think if they're going to go with this long, athletic type offense, you got to run your pick and roll, see some back cuts. This 5-out offense has been working. Maybe go 4-out with Lake and Getz in the middle, but you've got to not hold the ball for too long. This pressure from the Buffaloes have shown really tough, and if you're on defense, you got to keep doing what you're doing. Tight defenses really help you this game, as the Buffaloes will work it around and what also looks to be a 4 to 5-out offense. And that one is picked off by Lake and Getz, and he's going to look to take it all the way down. Finishes through contact, and that will set the Bulldogs, the crowd ablaze, and that could be what the Bulldogs need, as Lake and Getz gets a big bucket and a free throw, as that will be number 30, Brady Beckman's third foul of the game as well.
Yeah, that was just great opportunistic defense by Getz. Kind of a mishandle on the pass back from the Buffaloes. Getz just swooped in, took it the length of the floor. Was great to use the jump stop, get his defender in the air, and score through the contact. He's got 13 to lead all scorers in this one. Laken Getz is the sole reason that the Bulldogs are close in this game. He's been awesome.
As the lead is cut to 4 now, as you see some good defense from Getz as well. And that is going to fire up the Bulldogs. Really the hype man of this Bulldogs offense and defense here, as you'll see 30-second timeout being taken by the Buffaloes, and that's going to fire up the Bulldogs. But if you're Atwood, you just got to settle down and find your groove.
Yeah, the Buffalo have been in control this entire third quarter, and it's just the only two really mistakes that we've seen them make are giving up the foul and one, and then great pressure certainly that forced that turnover, but then just bobbling the ball out of bounds. And that was a great trap in that coffin corner, as this timeout has been extended to a full timeout. But it's been definitely a good, energetic boost. And I guess no, they won't extend this to the full timeout.
You just got to make sure that one mistake doesn't lead to another, as the Bulldogs had that happen. The lead gets up to 7, and if you're the Buffaloes, you got to make sure that these two mistakes don't keep adding on. As the lead is cut to 4, you had a player pick up their third foul. You just got to make sure they don't pick up any more, or any other of your team picks up any more fouls, intentional fouls, really just any fouls.
And with scoring being at such a premium this game, this quarter especially, execution for the Bulldogs is going to be paramount. as they've got the momentum. We'll see what they can do with it. The top of the key, it's Salyers. They're running some stuff here. They try to get this pick down for Havlis, but just a bad pass from Salyers. Slipping on the floor was Beckman, and taking it away is Kinderknecht. Giving chase is Beckman. Stripping through, and great hands by Beckman to get back in there and save the layup. But great hands initially from Kinderknecht to take it down the length of the floor. There's a little bit of a wet spot. Looks like being wiped up on that close side. With as much slippage as we've seen, doing anything that can be done to keep players safe is going to be very important as well.
As the out-of-bounds play looking to be coming from the Bulldogs, looks to be a different one than you usually see, a box or a stack set. As they'll go now. Kinderknecht will kick it out to Salyers, into Getz.
He is surrounded by 5 players. Just kind of forces that one up. I know you're trying to feed the guy who's been good for you, but perhaps not the best shot. As Rodriguez tees up a 3, no good, and pushing back the other way is Kinderknecht. Trying to block the way was Getz. Does a good job, and Kinderknecht jump stops and scores. Trace Kinderknecht.
You could see number 1, Brian Rodriguez. He was pushing through to maybe get a hand or something into that layup, and Kinderknecht read it and jump stopped and pivoted, or should I say pivot, just moved to the open area and got an easy shot here as the lead is cut down to 2 as time winding down in the third quarter. Buffaloes need a bucket. Here they're going to set up a set play. All 5 players looking to be outside the three-point line. As here they'll start to pack it in towards the corner as they will move it around here. Some good defense here. Getting close to,
and they're going to get a timeout
called. That is huge, as that should be their 3rd or 4th timeout, so starting to wind down on timeouts. Definitely not a timeout you want to take there. Yeah,
just a great defense there by the Bulldogs to force that timeout to be called. It was a millisecond away from being called a 5-second, but instead it'll be a full that sets up another possession with just about a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Quinter would like to remind fans that there are tons of activities happening this time of year at Quinter Junior Senior High School. There are 3 student wrestlers this year. Callie Wagner, Pierce Rummel, and Tate Blackwell are all in action tonight. Girls wrestling is at Great Bend, and the boys are in Ellis. We'd also like to remind you that winter concerts are coming up. Concerts for grade 5 to 12 is next Tuesday, and the elementary program will be Monday the 19th. You can watch that grades 5 through 12 concert right here on the Quinter YouTube channel if you are unable to make it to the show. So 28-26, low scoring, only 6 points scored for the Buffaloes this quarter. Only 5 points scored for the Bulldogs this quarter. So the defense has been ratcheted up. Offense has not been pretty, to say the least. But it's one of those grinder games that whoever gets through this is going to have earned their spot in the championship tomorrow.
As this Quinter crowd is really getting into this game, I should say both crowds are really starting to get into this game, as very low-scoring game. Defense has been the key to this game, as the Buffalo is going to set up an out-of-bounds play here, and that is just an easy bucket that you can't give up in a close game like this. But Bulldogs just need to settle down. You got a full minute to work with here. Just take your time and get a bucket. Let's feed it into Lake and Getz here. He'll back out to Kinderknecht. Salyers will pass it back out to Kinderknecht, and Kinderknecht will find it wide open here. And now the Buffaloes with a lot of time.
Trace Kinderknecht just weaves his way in there. Never really encountered any steppage or opposition, probably set up by some good cross screens and seals against that zone defense, and some body contact there. Inadvertent, but a foul called nonetheless, as Salyers put Rodriguez to the ground. Just the first foul called on Quinter this quarter.
Now both teams, just one foul, and it's complete opposite of what we saw last half, as we saw a bunch of fouls both the first and second quarter, and this has been a little bit different, as Rodriguez will put it in, as here we'll see the Bulldogs come down.
That was just a great take by Brian Rodriguez.
Just a little bit of time left here, as this is probably the time for a set play or something along the lines of that, as they'll just move it around. Offense going to move around. Preston Havlis will get to the bucket, and that should cap off the third quarter. Your score 32-30.
An exceptional give and go. Again, trying to run something there at the very end. They go into Getz, and a great recognition and cut by Havlis to get to the basket and score it. Pulls the Bulldogs back within 2. 32-30. We've got 1 quarter left to decide who will go to tomorrow's championship. We'll see who it is. 32-30. We'll be back in a flash.
Gove County Medical Center is your 24-hour critical access hospital located in Quinter, Kansas. Since 1925, GCMC has been providing outstanding health care for Northwest Kansas, such as surgery, physical therapy, respiratory therapy, lab, emergency services, radiology, and much more. GCMC is a top 20 critical access hospital. So for all your health care needs, visit Gove County Medical Center or call at 785-754-3341. Proud supporters of the Bulldogs.
After an incredibly slow start to the third quarter for both teams, things picked up offensively just a touch there at the end as the Bulldogs started the quarter down 1. Now they're down 2, 32-30. 1 quarter of action left. Again, physicality, broken record has been the case of this game. Letting them play there in that third quarter, only 1 foul apiece called on both teams. So there should be a lot of opportunity to get to the basket, draw contact, and play through that contact here in this fourth and deciding quarter. As Quinter starts with the ball, Ethan Gruenbacher has it, gives it now to Briggs at the top of the key, running with purpose and cutting with purpose as they go into Kaiser, shoots off the glass and scores. Great way to start this fourth quarter as Kaiser gets his first basket of the game.
That will tie the game, and definitely a big first bucket here as Rodriguez will dribble around backcourt, and that one is picked off by Trace Kinderconnect. And the Bulldogs look to be rolling so far. Crowd getting into it, student section getting into it, players getting into it. Everything looks to be rolling right now, and you just got to keep it that way.
Yeah, great start offensively and defensively. They got their pressure going and sped up Rodriguez. And then Kinderconnect, who's been great all game long. Slipping the screen is Kaiser down low, floating it up. They weren't able to get it to him. Long 3, no good for Briggs. Giving chase is Kaiser. It'll go out of bounds. And they're going to give it off to the Buffaloes after Kaiser gave chase, but a couple of good opportunities early inside for the Bulldogs as they tried to go into Kaiser yet again. Ultimately ended in a Briggs 3, but I think cutting with more of a purpose against that zone defense of the Buffaloes is what we've seen so far from Quinter.
As Rodriguez will look to dribble it up here as Briggs will get back around him here. And that is tipped and stolen.
Another great takeaway there by the Bulldogs as they filled those gaps and applied that pressure. I think that's been a concerted effort. They go into Kaiser again, now back out to Kinderconnect inside out, long on the 3. And the rebound pulled down by Brady Beckman, who leads all scorers for Rawlins County.
Another 10. Thing to look at too, Bulldogs going with 4 guards and only 1 post, so definitely something to look at if you're Atwood, as that is a big Buffalo bucket.
Yeah, they capitalize on that lack of size, so to speak. They go right inside on the take by Beckman and dump it off to Rodriguez, who scores easily. The Briggs drive in, nowhere to go with it. Instead, it's Kinderconnect. Far corner, Beckner. He tries for 3, just misses. Rebound ripped out of there by Quaddle. Big rebound up in traffic to give Rawlins County the ball back with a 2-point lead. Spinning through. He's been great with the spins all night. Great dish and score. Clinical on that cut and pass to True Dewey.
So now it looks like the Buffaloes getting right back in their groove here. Kinderconnect will dribble through. Beckner again from 3 off, but Gruenbacher with the rebound, and that one is stolen, and a bodies run. Maybe playing a little bit too conservative here as that one, and it's going to stay here.
Now True Dewey leaked out, had another attempt at it. Looked like on Gruenbacher's rebound, his feet kind of went out from underneath him, forcing him to throw that back out. But thus far, the first couple of possessions, Quinter's press was great. Pressure was awesome, and they were doing a wonderful job forcing turnovers from Rawlins County. But the last 2 trips down the floor, Rawlins County's done a much better job of breaking it down as they get another score there from Rodriguez.
6-point game now. Got to be able to really work through this, and that is not the way you want to do that. Give up a big turnover and bucket. 8-point game now.
Another swing of momentum. That'll prompt a timeout to be called by Coach John Christ. And as quickly as Quinter jumped out to start aggressively in this quarter, it's been Rawlins County just jumping right back. They've broken down the pressure of Quinter and gotten at the rim And that's where it's problematic for Coach Christ and the Bulldogs is you don't want to give up easy baskets, but that's exactly what's happened here in this fourth quarter thus far.
As that press maybe not working. I don't know if you switched that zone press because it did not look like it worked, but maybe just take a little bit off of the pressure. Maybe just go a little bit loose pressured. But you also have to be able to, as you've seen, those traps have been set when they just barely cross the timeline, but you have to be able to get back and defend your bucket, but not let them take too much time off the clock either. But the main thing is you have to be able to score on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point because in high school with no shot clock, if you let them just bring it across without applying the pressure, they can milk clock. But if you put too much pressure on, speed them up as they've been breaking behind. I was about to suggest, like you said, the pressure and traps at the half-court line have, I think, been beneficial for Quinter. So we'll see if they kind of apply some token pressure to kind of goad them across half-court, the Buffaloes, and then apply that pressure, whereas the Buffaloes have just need to keep doing a good job of breaking through it, taking easy shots. But now that they have this 8-point lead, they're able to be a little bit more selective with their shots. Layups and free throws are really the only thing you want to take right now. If it's an open layup, great, or if you're fouled, shoot the free throw. It'll be interesting to see how both teams operate. And that's exactly what the Bulldogs don't want to have happen, but they do steal it right back. And an offensive foul called. It's been all night long that Brady Beckman's been trying to draw that charge on Getz and finally gets it here. So a foul called after a turnover and a steal back by the Bulldogs. They had an opportunity to score inside, but unfortunately for Quinter, they'll turn it over on the offensive foul. But a heady play nonetheless from Beckman to draw that charge.
That's just not what you want. As that one will sail out of bounds, saved, but the Bulldogs will come up with it. Now you got to get a bucket here.
So the Bulldogs still applying that pressure, I think, as you almost have to. Wide open underneath is Kaiser, and he'll score it. Really, really opportune moment there for the Bulldogs, but they're still applying the pressure, thinking, you know what, we've got to speed this game up. We'll take our chances that our backline defense will not give up any more easy layups. As it's Getz and Gruenbacher applying pressure. Giving it up, though, was Beckman. 3 buckets from Brian Rodriguez, who has come alive in the second half. Saddled with 3 fouls in the first. He's got 13 now to lead Rawlins County. Havlis tries to answer back, gets his own board, steps through, shoots, leaves it short, up underneath, and rebound controlled by Quaddle as momentum is leaking towards the Buffaloes as Havlis takes it right back. He'll crush down the lane, shoots it, no good. Rebound gets, and they're going to get a jump ball. Possession will go back, however, to the Buffaloes.
As just under halfway to go through this fourth quarter, 9-point lead. It's definitely not out of reach, but you got to stop this momentum going to the Buffaloes, as this has been a very tough team so far. You got to shut down the 3.2 now. Brian Rodriguez has shown that he can shoot from 3 as Ethan Gruenbacher gets really close there, and that might lead in transition to a 2-point as Lakin Getz tried to get a charge as what was just called on him, as Trevor Kaiser will go up with it, and he'll get a foul.
He'll be fouled by Dewey there. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, Getz bowls over or tries to draw the charge. No call there. That's where you'd like to see a little bit more consistency. But the Bulldogs, yeah, they're going to definitely need now, trailing by 11. It's offensively is going to have to be executed to perfection, and defensively, the press hasn't been great this second half, and especially this fourth quarter. But you can't just not let them. You can't let them walk the ball slowly. So you've got to keep applying that pressure as Kaiser misses the first free throw. So it's kind of a double-edged sword situation for Quinter as they need to speed the game up, but also try to get those stops and takeaways without giving up easy layups on the back end.
As the free throw line has definitely been a little bit of a struggle late here, as the first quarter it showed, but there you see another free throw miss. And now you got to get a stop here, and that's not the way that you're going to do that. As now it goes up to a 13-point lead. And definitely not what you want to see here now. And
the ball tipped there, or kicked there rather, but yeah, Brian Rodriguez has been outstanding. And like you talked about, he missed a lot of that second quarter set with foul trouble. He picked up 3 first quarter fouls, didn't play at all in the second quarter. And you can see that he's important both defensively and offensively for this Quinter, or for this Rawlins County team. And that's shown very clearly here in this fourth quarter, especially as Havlis gets blocked driving to the rim.
As now starting to wind down, 3 minutes left. You got to get 13 points This is starting to not look good for the Bulldogs. You got to start to tighten up things. You got to prevent mistakes on offense here, and you got to get stops on defense too. As there's a free shot by the Buffaloes that will just miss, and here comes your opportunity now. You got to get a bucket here, and it can't be missed as Preston Havlis wide open, big three.
That's
10-point game.
Exactly what you need to have happen is a wide open three, but that's exactly what you can't have happen is giving up a wide open layup underneath.
And
it looks like it's going to go off of Rawlins County. So fortunate was Quinter there to not give up the layup. But yeah, you kind of spoke it into existence. You need a big shot, and you get a wide open three from Havlis, who other than the first 3-point make of the game, hasn't had his best shooting performance, but knocks that one in to at least give Quinter some life, trailing by 10 with 2:40 remaining.
Maybe not what you want here. Ethan Grunbacher tying his shoe, but now you see some pressure going to be creeping up for the Bulldogs here. But it doesn't look like they'll put much pressure on the Bulldogs here, as they'll just let them take it across half court. Ethan Grunbacher goes to the bucket as Getz will put it in, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point game here, and now you're really starting to play, but there's a wide open layup, and it's stripped.
A great defense to get back from Kinder Connect, and a kind of a blown opportunity if you're the Buffaloes. But
now you got to get a bucket. Out of bounds play should be set here as some Zane Beckner into the game for Shea Saliers. Is another thing too, foul trouble. Buffaloes have been in a little bit of foul trouble. A couple of players with 3 fouls. True Dewey with 4 right now, so maybe some of these players fouling out late could definitely affect them, but it's going to have to come quick as you're about with 2 minutes left in the game. Don't have a lot of time left.
And Beckner checks back in. He hasn't scored yet, but he is a scoring threat. Just whatever the Bulldogs can do to get some offense on the floor. Extending their defense as far as they can to force miss opportunities. That's a tough shot by Dewey. Probably not the one you want to take, and that's as good as a stop. Or it is a good stop for the Bulldogs. Zane Beckner weaving, dishing, shooting, off glass, no good. Offensive rebound attempting to get his gets. The ball's going to be kicked loose. We'll see who they say it remains with. That's going to still go to the Buffaloes. And not necessarily probably the best shot with Beckner streaking down the lane, but you need to put the ball on the rim and give your chance an opportunity to either make it or get an offensive rebound.
1:40 left to get 8 points, and looks like the Buffaloes are just going to wait, and they're going to take as much time as they need here.
Yeah, they have no reason to do anything. They're either going to have to force Quinter to foul, or they're just going to pass around. And obviously Quinter's going to try to force a turnover. 1 minute and 22 seconds is a long time as Grunbacher nearly takes it away.
That was a close one. If they could have gotten that could have definitely shifted the tides here. And now, if you're Coach Chris, do you start to get in the foul? Start fouling.
It's hard, though, because there's only 2 fouls. They've only accumulated 2 fouls, so it's going to take so much time to get up to it. So I think at this point you've got to just try to get stops. And it's hard to do that, but it's also hard to dribble around without making mistakes for over a minute. But time continues to tick away. It looks like they're trying to give a foul here, perhaps, but the Buffaloes still just able to slide the ball around.
And another thing that's tough, too, with so much physicality being allowed, what is it? What are they going to get for a foul now? As they'll finally get their first foul with 51 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to have to give 3 more before they even get a chance to shoot. So it's going to be, I think, at this point, go for steals, and if you don't get it right away, you've got to get a foul.
That'll be Trace Kinderconnect's 4th foul. So foul trouble 2 for the Bulldogs as well.
And I don't think Bulldogs can be – oh, that's a tough one. They're going to – I don't think anything extra of that. It was just a hard contact as he fouls out, but I was going to say you can't really be worried about fouling out at this point because you need to get fouls to be able to get the ball back. And it's unfortunate it's an offensive player like Kinder Connect who ends his night with 6 points.
But at the same time, too, that does help you as a foul. Doesn't take much time off the clock, barely touched it, and you get that foul that quickly does help.
Yeah, you want to be careful not to foul before it's thrown in for an intentional foul, but
that one thrown backwards, too. There you're going to get a foul. So the 5th foul now, 48 seconds. Time's starting to really wind down, too.
And you need basically a perfect situation to go your way for Quinter. You need to have missed free throws and quick scores. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, scoring has not come at a premium tonight. get a double foul on both Rodriguez and Beckner. A little jostling for position. It'll be a jump ball, which will go to Quinter, so I guess that's a fortunate situation. Not something you could really ever draw up, but I think Quinter will take what they can get.
Definitely not what you want if you're the Buffaloes, but at the same time, if you're Brian Rodriguez, you can't make a bad mistake here, as the ref's going to get together to kind of review this as.
Yeah, I'd be curious if you could call a jump ball on a double foul, or if it just they cancel each other out and the possession remains the same, which is what they're going to decide. It is going to be the Buffalo ball.
So, does help the Buffaloes a lot, because now, well, one more foul and you're at the free throw line, so an opportunity to score as well.
No, it nearly turns it over, and he goes down hard there. That could have been a bad fall.
Looks like he is.
Brady Beckman slow to get up. Yeah, he crashed into that back corner there, but the previous double foul was almost perfect for the Bulldogs, because it doesn't really, it gives them the foul, but it doesn't penalize them in the sense of it gives the other team a foul. Allowed no time to come off. But there, an opportunity to get a foul, and it just goes out of bounds, so they're going to need to try to get a steal or a foul quickly. And nearly do there, but
almost get the ball back as well.
So now for the Bulldogs, they're hoping and praying for some poor free throw shooting for the Buffaloes, whereas Rawlins County can salt this game away at the free throw line. With an 8-point lead, 42 seconds left, even scoring one free throw is almost enough if they get one per trip. But if they're able to knock two down here, get a stop, get fouled once more, that's probably going to end the game. Regardless, it'll be Rodriguez who leads all scorers with 15 points. And misses the first one. So Havlis takes it down, 40 seconds left. No call there as another body hits the floor. Salyers tees up a three, no good. Rebound controlled on the floor, and they're going to say it belongs to the Buffalo. And another contact that should have probably been called a foul. It's been both ways tonight where teams have benefited from a no call. And they'll get Gruenbacher there. And a missed opportunity, a wide open three for Salyers. Maybe not the guy you want shooting it, but you can't really be picky when you're down 8 points with 40 seconds left.
No, you definitely cannot be, as this one with one or two made free throws should pretty much put this one on ice here, as Bulldogs definitely a higher scoring second half as well.
So Brady Beckman has 10. He'll be at the free throw line here. And no good. Another rebound pulled down by Havlis. He's got 25 seconds to work with, trailing by 8. Shoots the three, tries to draw contact. Back iron, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Beckman. Up ahead, layup scored by Dixon, and that'll do it. As they now lead by 10 with 10 seconds left. Salyers will just try a three, no good. Rebound tipped around off the hands of Getz.
Beckner takes a hard landing, but he'll get right back up, as that should put it pretty much on ice. As
Chris calling off the Dogs, figuratively and literally, as a final score, 49-39, as Rawlins County will be playing for 2 championships tomorrow. Quinter will settle for a third-place game on the boys' side against Dighton. Quinter girls will play Rawlins County in that championship game. That should be a great environment for a basketball game. 2 teams looking for a championship in the girls' side. And for the boys, Quinter, the elusive championship appearance continues to evade them as they miss out again. Haven't been since 2010, but tonight it was just the offense. They had a really difficult time fighting through that really physical defense of Rawlins County.
And could be a preview of what's to come in district play as well, as they will be coming here in the regular season to come and play. And maybe if they match up in the league tournament as well, as definitely 2 of the higher tier teams between the NWKL league. So should be good looking forward, as Quinter will get another in-division opponent of Dighton, who's also a very good team, as well as they're just getting a bunch of previews of what's to come in the season ahead.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some good basketball played in the NWKL this season. But we're not done with good basketball here on the Quinter YouTube channel, as tomorrow, be sure to tune in at 3:30 as Quinter plays for the third-place game against Dighton. And following that will be the championship on the girls' side. Quinter and Rawlins County will tip at 5 p.m. here. We want to thank you for tuning in tonight. It's been an outstanding evening of basketball with our Tiger Media Network broadcast crew. For Cale Hargett, I'm Russell Heitman. Until tomorrow, have a good evening, and we'll see you then.